All right, we should be starting just about soon here. I hope my mic is working. Seems like it is. Doo-doo-doo. How we all doing, everyone? Testing. As always, testing. It's gonna be a whole disaster stream, I can tell. Hopefully it's not super long this time. I'm not planning this for being a long stream. A long stream. OBS always says like the audio stream's current bitrate is 0. It's lower than the recommended bitrate, but like I don't understand how to fix that. But it's saying it's excellent condition, so I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, who fucking knows, man? Who knows? It's just stream being dumb. Sorry about the lack of music this time. Not that the music's any good. I need to actually like organize my music files and like actually get some decent music up in here that isn't copyright. All right, let's get started, everyone. Sorry about that. Let's go to that. Oops, I did it wrong. Sorry. Let's go to this. So this is an hour long of a insane rant that he went on. This is a couple weeks ago, I think. I think it was 2 weeks ago. This was. So I'm gonna start playing it, and hopefully we can get through it the whole way without me pausing it too often. But yeah, another insane rant from the insane man himself, right? You know, it is what it is. Let's get started.
Army
It's the hate army, bro.
Hate army.
Shout out to hate.
Good vibes to the
Shout out to
army.
hate.
Shout out to hate.
Shout out to hate.
Shout out for hate.
Woo, woo, woo. Dong, 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 dong. Dong, 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 dong. Woo, 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 woo. Now, what I wanted to talk
What the fuck
about
was that?
is Fight K. Okay? Fight K. Boy, let me tell you guys something. This starts all
Or
the way
let
back
me
in the
tell y'all
mid-2000s.
a story
In the mid-2000s,
about a man and his gout.
GGPO netcode was released. Now, this netcode was basically something to work with already existing emulators. People were already playing fighting games online in the mid-2000s.
We got siege mode going with arms crossed and everything.
But it was all lag-based netcode, which is really called delay-based netcode. What that means is when there is an issue with the latency or whatever, the game will slow down and start to play in slow-mo.
In slow motion.
That way you can try to catch up with the things that it's having an issue with the latency. All right? With the GGPO netcode, it does the opposite. The game keeps running at the same speed, and it uses a predictability factor to kind of guess what exactly it is that's being input, and then it tries to rectify that after the fact. So if you're playing in a bad connection on a rollback netcode, which was originally called GGPO netcode, what'll happen is you'll see something happen on screen, but then if it was wrong, it'll reverse what happened on screen, take it back, and then show another outcome. Or in the worst case scenario, it'll take it back and just fast forward, and then something happened you never even got to see. And I remember
Like, why would anyone like
When the
actually
GGPO
believe
netcode first
anything he has to say though?
and
Like,
you know, we were asked to test
he
it out. The
doesn't
FCC was
live
outright
in
asked, "Hey,
normal
everyone, test this
reality.
out and give us feedback
Everything
on
that
it."
he witnesses
And I
is
played on it, and I was like,
tinged
wow,
and
it definitely
biased
feels smoother than the
because he never did
delay-based
anything
netcode.
wrong,
But,
right?
dude, you would be teleporting. You would be going all over the place. And then even when you were playing a match that looked good, like
Or
there was
maybe
no
you just
teleporting or
are not
rollback
putting the
visible,
inputs in
you'd be
right,
playing,
Phil.
sometimes your move just would outright not come out. Walk forward, punch, literally nothing. Just walk forward, no input. Huh? Where did my input go?
What?
And this would happen a lot. It wasn't like, oh, rarely, probably several times a match. And in a fighting game, you can't afford to have move just be eaten and dropped and not come out.
You
That's
can't
a critical
afford
thing about
that,
fighting games,
dude.
especially, you know, you were talking mid-2000s. We're not talking modern fighting games. But back then, every move counted. Imagine playing Super Turbo, and it's the critical moment, and you press the button, and absolutely nothing happens, and the opponent now hits you with a giant counter.
That
Game over.
is kind of what happens when
Or
you play
they jump
fighting
it.
games,
Oh,
though,
God, let me
Phil.
block. Oh, just doesn't block
You
once.
push the wrong
just
button
ECF.
and nothing
What the
happens,
hell?
right? Like, that's kind of
what
what
is going
happens
on?
with him.
Right? And that's how it was. So it was shocking for me because I was like, wow, so this GGPO netcode, which is, again, what it was called back then. It wasn't called rollback netcode yet. It makes the game look better
His nemesis.
to me. It looks smoother. It
It
absolutely
looks
does.
smoother,
But
crisper.
the actual experience of playing it is not satisfactory. Number one, when there is a lot of
You're
lag,
not
you're teleporting all over the
satisfactory.
place and
Your
things are just,
content is
you
not
can't even see what's happening.
satisfactory.
And then when you have a match when that isn't happening, sometimes your moves just get eaten up. And it was frustrating. And, you know, I even confronted the maker of the code and said, you know, is this true? And yeah, everything you're saying is true. Okay, well then why is it that when I posted my criticisms of this netcode on your website, shoryuken.com, you removed the post and you suspended me? Oh, because we're trying to sell this netcode to Capcom and other companies, so we can't have people saying negative things about it. So all the posts that kiss the netcode's butt saying, wow, this is so much better than delay-based, it looks better, were allowed to be posted. My post, which was honest criticism, was removed and I was punished. Okay? That was 20 years ago. All right? Since then, obviously a lot has changed. Okay? And in reality, you know, everyone has these different skewed histories of Street Fighter, depending on who you were friends with and who you knew and where you lived. And my history of Street Fighter is just very different than everyone else's because I lived on the East Coast. I wasn't friendly with the people who ran shoryuken.com and the people who ran Evo. In fact, it was kind of the opposite. I was kind of at odds with them a lot because I felt that they had a lot of things that they were running that weren't very kosher, a lot of very questionable practices at their tournaments. And
Sure there was. I'm sure there was so many. Why didn't you speak up at the time then if that was the case?
The reason we're talking about this is because this all ties into Fightcade. Okay? If you don't know, Fightcade. All right? And by the way, Jughead Jones, you're absolutely wrong. The posts are not archived there because they were deleted from the site. What you're talking about are unrelated posts, not to the subject, so get banned, you fuckface. Because everything I'm talking about was in IRC chats and shit. These conversations I had, they can't be archived from SRK, you dunce. Fucking moron Detractor in my chat, trying to hide out, pretending like he's not. I love it. Oh, everything Phil ever said has been archived. Wrong. Wrong. All the deleted posts are gone. So you would never find
you can
my
still
posts
get it. You can
about
still
this
get
because they were
access to
deleted.
those,
The ones you
Phil.
see were the ones that were allowed to be posted.
They're
were
still
selected.
available. You can get those.
What they allowed to be on the site. And no, the private conversations that I had with the people behind the scenes are not archived. You're a moron. Fuck off. Okay.
Just fuck off, dude. I don't know.
Let's get back to modern day now. Fightcade is an emulation suite program or whatever you call it.
Oh boy.
And it runs on GGPO netcode.
An emulation
now,
is
course, this is
bad, okay,
20
guys?
years later
Never
GGPO.
steal.
I'm absolutely sure it's better
Okay.
than the original version that I played in the early to mid 2000s when it was first made available to everyone in the fighting game community. So make no mistakes, I'm sure today's experience is probably a lot better. 20 years to hash out the wrinkles or iron out the wrinkles, I should say.
Wrinkles.
Probably it's going to be better. Okay. Also, it's free. You don't have to pay for it. They're giving it away. That's pretty cool. All right. Now here's the thing. 10 years ago, I started playing old school fighters on console, and people started giving me crap. Why are you playing Third Strike Online Edition? Why are you playing the Marvel versus collection. I forgot what it was called, but whatever that collection was called.
You played the
played that on
game for
console.
how
There's Fight
long,
Kid.
and
then
now you forget what it's called?
we had the Capcom Classics collection, which I played for a good 3 to 4 years, which
Uh,
I really shouldn't have done because it ran
I shouldn't
horribly
have
on
done
console
that,
and had
but
no actual, like,
I still did it anyway
moderation or anything.
because
Trolling was rampant.
I'm lazy.
In addition, there was the Ultra Street Fighter 2 game on the Switch, and that was a piece of dog shit.
Well, it is on the
Characters
Switch.
that were broken and way overpowered compared to the rest of the cast. They weren't meant to be played competitively. but
Sorry,
they
guys,
put them
this will
in
be a
ranked
little
play.
bit of a slow
Okay?
burn
And then the
until he
latest
starts really
botch
ranting.
was the Capcom Fighting Collection, which featured classic games paired in with Darkstalkers and stuff.
But
a
from
great
what I
collection
remember of this
that had
whole rant, it does
cross-platform
get pretty
play,
good. It just
no
starts
promotion,
slow.
and literally no ease of use when it came to finding people online. So imagine there's 4
It's like
or
a
5
fine
versions of
wine. You got to
Darkstalkers in
really
this game.
enjoy
You're
it.
trying to play them online, but everyone's in a different one. You can't even find them. So because of that, everyone would try to play and never find matches, or it would take forever. So they really screwed it up, all right? Like these last 10 years that there's been attempts to make classic fighting games be on console really have been just a big botch job after botch job.
So why don't you play the new one then, Phil? Why weren't you
and all
playing
along, being that I was a console gamer,
Street
right?
Fighter 5 at the
People would
time?
say,
huh?
man, Phil, you're really missing out. Everyone who plays retro fighting games plays them on Fightcade on PC. Literally, there's an entire enthusiast community of people playing retro games on PC, and you're never part of it, which sucks because we can see you're good at old fighting games.
No one's
We
saying
wanna
this.
see you play
No
old
one
fighting
is
games
saying
in a good
that.
capacity, and you're just
He's
not
not
getting
that good either.
because you're playing
He's
these
such a
crappy
pattern
console versions
player.
of the games. Okay,
Pattern
So,
player.
I always said, hey, listen, I don't have the
Hey,
viability to
listen
do
to
it. I
me.
just
Come
don't.
on.
And also,
Come
there's another
on.
concern
Just
that a lot of
listen.
people don't realize, okay?
I'm lazy. I don't want to figure
when
it
you
out.
talk about Fightcade
My
or any of
PC
these
sucks.
emulators or whatever, who do you think is honestly playing Fightcade? Do you think that it's just
Actual
a bunch of casual
fighting game
people
players?
who just, oh man, I heard that you could play
Oh,
old
so
fighting
he.
games on
Oh
there.
God. Okay, guys, I get it. He's afraid of the competition. He'd rather. This is what he's saying. He would rather play on these shittier ports. He admitted the fighting game collection is a shittier version, so he would rather play on there to keep beating up scrubs and stroking his ego than going to Fightcade where he will actually have real competition. That's what he's saying.
Let me just boot it up, and play it casually, and this will be fun. I hate to tell you guys, that's not who's on there, okay? You want to know who's on there? People who likely are either old school players, who this is the only viable way for them to play these games anymore because there are no arcades to play against people anymore.
Well,
So
no
this would be
shit.
the one way to get competition in them. Or people who have come up in the community over the last 10, 20 years who necessarily weren't playing these games because they were too young back in the day, but they've grown an affinity for them. So I would bet, no exaggeration, there's probably a group of 20 to 30-year-olds, younger than me, that are super duper good at old school fighting games now, solely because they've been playing them on Fightcade for the past 15 years. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Well, there's a
when they do
lot of
Super
people
Turbo
better than
tournament,
you,
how
Phil.
much you
So
wanna
that's
bet the
not
top
that.
placers are people who just sit around playing on Fightcade all day.
That's not
There's
that
nothing
hard
wrong
to
with
do.
that, but the point I'm making is these are people who never stopped playing. They've
God, he
literally been
looks
playing
so fucking
nonstop retro
old
games
too.
forever.
Like Jesus
So,
Christ. And it's
as much
not
as I like
just
retro
the
Street
gray
Fighter,
beard.
all right? To step into the
It's
realm
not just
of
his
Fightcade,
gray beard that
literally
makes
the
him look
people who
old.
never
It's
stopped
just
playing is
his
kinda
face
like
in general.
someone who's
He's
rusty
aging
at a
terribly.
sport trying to now go play against pro players, right? Like that's literally the situation. So even
It's
if
literally the
I jump
situation.
into Fightcade, you're probably talking like I'm going to get nonstop manhandled and spanked by people who've been playing these games crazy high level for years.
Like,
For
see,
example,
so he's right away admitting that he's sucks at the game and he can't handle
games
actual
I absolutely
competition.
loved back in the
Gotcha.
day is X-Men versus Street Fighter. This was the game that put the versus games on the map. Before that, there was games such as X-Men: Children of the Atom, Marvel Superheroes, and this is what started the Marvel licensing with Capcom fighting games, the super jumps, the cartoony look. But it was X-Men versus Street Fighter that had the first versus, the 2v2 gameplay, where you could tag in and out and do double teams and do great giant flashy super moves. This was the first game that was super appealing to the eye to watch, not just fun to play. This is what started the big competitive fighting game movement, where people wanted to go to tournaments and watch players because the game was it was like a giant, awesome comic book on the screen, right? So this game is ultra fun. Every character in the game is broken. No exaggeration. Literally every character in X-Men vs. Street Fighter has like an infinite combo that can be done ad nauseum, and you just win when you start landing it. It's crazy broken, okay? At the same time, sadly, the game is broken because of it. So if you don't know those strategies and combos, you basically don't have a chance. All right. Now, I knew those strategies and combos 20 years ago, but I haven't played the game in so long, it probably would take me a while to get back into the swing of things and start to remember. Now, imagine I go to play it on Fightcade, and the first match is against someone who's literally played the game since the 1990s, has never stopped playing, plays the game regularly online, and instantly just infinites me, and that's the end. It's like, I get the feeling that's Fightcade. Like, in a nutshell, that's Fightcade. People who are the biggest fans and hardcore players of these games, and this is the only way you can consistently get good matches. So this is just what they've been doing nonstop. Again, these are probably the people keeping this alive. When you know, what do they call it? Like the enthusiast community? It's not necessarily a pro circuit for these older games anymore, but they keep it alive via playing on Fightcade, and then they hold their own tournaments as side events during big tournaments, right? So I almost guarantee you that's literally what's going to happen. Now, there's some other issues as well. When you play on PC, you may not be aware of this, cheating is absolutely rampant. I mean,
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, they're all
right?
cheating because they're on PC, right? I forgot about that.
So they don't have to do shit. They're going to have one-button Shoryukens. They're going to have one-button combos and super, all, you know, fucking mash up. They're gonna have infinite turbo mode. Hold down the button and it's gonna go kick, 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 faster than a human can tap the button. It's just a rampant thing that you can't stop. It's going to happen when you're playing on PC, on a thing that's free, that has no rules essentially, right? So
no rules.
It's gonna be pretty ridiculous. I'm guaranteeing you, you know, to get on Fightcade and play these people is literally going to be like a laughable, hilarious experience. The first thing I'm gonna do is just kind of mess around and not take it seriously. Because I feel like if I jump in and I start taking it ultra seriously from the get-go, I'm just going to get pissed. Because you're going to see the most ludicrous things, right? Like, I predict I'm going to pick Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, and the first fight will be against a June, and the June will be perfect.
A June?
He'll be able to do, excuse me, not a June, a Yoon. And he's going to do
Yoon or June?
into super, into the big combo, into the super, into the big combo, into the super, into the big combo, into the super. Which is very tough to do offline, but he'll be doing it perfectly online. Because they've probably been doing it for 30 years, right? And I'm like, now what the fuck? I guarantee it. I really don't think, for example, when I play these games on console, a lot of the times, the vast majority of people I'm playing aren't great because they're just casual people who are interested in retro fighting games. They buy it on their Xbox, they buy it on their PlayStation, they pop it in and they play it, and you get some comp, but it's not necessarily high-level comp, but it's good because you can mess around. You know, I can mess around with my Urian, I could pick around with Hugo, characters who aren't, you know, tournament viable for me, but I can at least mess around with them. I'm going to get on Fightcade, and it's going to go like this, just immediate spanking by every person that plays me.
Yeah,
and
because you actually suck, Phil.
I would be shocked if I play Fightcade and I fight people of like average skill level and I can actually hang with them. I'd be like blown away if that happened.
So
okay?
he's admitting that he can't even fight against people of average skill level because he's so bad at it. He admits that the only reason he wins when he does win is because he's fighting scrubs. He's afraid of the competition.
And then number two on top of it, again, I just want to point out the fact, since this is a PC client, I guarantee you this is going to be a way for rampant cheating. Or, excuse me, not rampant cheating, rampant trolling is what I meant to say. For example, I'm already
the trolls.
Oh, yeah, with Fightcade, there's
I
no
can't do anything because the trolls.
Things, and there's nothing you can do about it. Oh, yeah, in Fightcade, people can just nonstop spam invites on you to play you, so you have to immediately turn it off, because if you don't, immediately, they're just going to just constantly spam, and you'll never be able to use the dang thing. It's just constant pop-ups or things in your face that'll bother you. Like, really? Okay, that doesn't sound very good. Now, I have a legit question for everyone. I don't know how many of you have ever used Fightcade.
Super legit,
okay?
bro.
What about your IP address? That's actually a major concern for me. Like, I can't have my IP address getting leaked and having more people try to DDoS attack me or DDoS me or whatever the fuck it's called. Okay? And I have a new IP. I've had a new IP for months. So, I need to find out that using this Fightcade is going to protect my IP address. I can't have it that people are going to have a way to discern my IP using this client. What's hilarious is people have asked me to use it for 10 years. Not a single person has brought up this thing, this point about IP addresses. Okay? So, I need to know tonight, when we're doing a live setup of this, how it works, how to prevent the trolling. Before I boot a single match, I need to have this set up so we're not going to have...
Is this game troll-proof for me? Every game has to
with people inviting spam,
confine and contort itself to fit my personal unique circumstance.
Before I fuck around with this thing.
Otherwise, it's a shitty game.
It's not
Why don't they have that already?
No one cares, so I can just download it and use it. No, you know that I'm a target. So everyone who's asked me for 10 years to use...
And that's your fault that you're a target. No one else's.
Because, yeah, it's a major concern for me that something like this could happen. Okay? I hope it doesn't. I hope legit this is not an issue. And that we will get it working. So, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. How do I fix this, or how do I make it So that's not going to be a concern, right? I don't know. Does anyone even know? You can block in-game chat and all that stuff. Well, that's what I need to do. Well, I guess what people were saying is that when you first boot it up, everything's on, obviously, but then you could turn off the ability for someone to send you an invite. The problem is that means that I have to always go to other people and invite them to matches. There is no matchmaking in this. It's just going to be a listing of people who want to play, and then you have to pick who you want to play, and they have to accept, and then you play, right? So I don't know. We have to see how it works. And if it doesn't work, if it ends up being a fucking mess, then I guess it's a fucking mess, and we just don't do it. And for those that
guess what? He didn't do
what the fuck
it.
are you talking about? How am I going to do that? Literally, the issues cannot be figured out until we're doing it live, right? Like, if I play it offline, no one will know I'm doing it offline. So how would I know how I'm going to handle trolling? It would be the moment I turn it online that people start trolling me that we could figure out the fixes. Not offline. It doesn't even make sense. The same thing people say about, oh, well, why weren't you ready for this when you did your multiplayer session? Because I wasn't fucking playing on stream. So I didn't have anyone trying to troll me. How could I have prepared for it when I didn't know how it was going to work? How would we have known that in Street Fighter 6 there's constant invite pop-ups? How would you know that unless you were playing it? And
What's
people were
with the
trolling you
real
live on
creepy
stream?
guy
You would
in
never know that.
the
These people just think the world is fucking perfect.
doctor's mask back there? The
prevented
fucking...
or planned for, or no, it's
What are
not.
those
That's not
play
reality.
doctor's
You think
masks?
that, you probably live an insanely insulated fucking life.
I guess
so your mom probably
Hey
does everything for
Army
you, so you don't realize
really
that
likes
actually happen and you have to
Bloodborne.
fix on the fly.
Oh yes,
It's
of
just
course, that's it.
absolutely ridiculous, over the top nonsense. When people say
You
shit
gotta
like
live
that. Oh, you could've
in your
seen it because
parents'
every problem
basement,
early.
dude.
Like, no,
If you're
that's
doing
not
this
life.
thing that I
You're
don't
crazy
like.
if you think that. Okay.
Oh hey GDX, how you doing?
So, here's the thing. I want to play Fight Game.
Oh, the camera's on the whole time, huh?
All right, but I have to get it working properly, and it's going to take time.
I
This is not
just
gonna
saw
be
your
tonight. I
message.
put it
I'm
in the channel,
sorry.
And we have 5 minutes, and now it's working. I get the feeling it's going to be a rough setup.
I was looking at the other screen. I have two screens, dude. I'm a professional.
But I'm pretty sure I already installed it last year. I just have to figure that out for myself, like how far I got.
So we installed it a year ago, and he never bothered to play
An
it.
account, and then I have to figure it out. Like, how do you set it up so you don't?
I'm
get
not
pop-up invites and
ignoring
how do you spam?
anyone.
How do you get the chat off the screen so that people aren't saying gross stuff that everyone can see on the stream, right? And then also the other
I didn't want to get trolled, dude.
I can use it by sitting here, because right now, right now,
You have made me
keyboard and mouse are set up.
very
Keyboard and mouse are way the fuck over
angry.
there. Like way over there. So I can't reach them. I'd have to figure out how to get stuff to reach over
The
here.
Dragons rule
realistically
anyway,
maybe
so
the
it's all
mouse would
good.
reach. But I don't know about the keyboard. Plus, do I need the keyboard? Once I map everything out to the joystick, because my joystick does work on a PC, is that fine? Or am I always going to need this fucking keyboard for something? Or will the mouse do everything? Right? Like, I don't know. See, now, we got someone in the chat who's literally saying, every time you play a match, someone has your IP. Guys, do you really believe that? Do you really believe that on Fight Cake?
Keep this in
that every
mind.
time you play-
Keep this in mind. Do you really believe that? Do you really believe that's the case? 5 seconds later, oh, that's the case? Well, that's fucking stupid. Like, he's so condescending to someone who turned out to actually be telling the truth. Because that person was telling the truth. And he's treating him like
They
that
get your IP address.
when
Do
he
you
was
think
telling the
anyone
fucking
would
truth in the
actually
first
fight you if you
place.
immediately doxed your IP address.
I have your address. I have your name. You really fucked up.
Seriously. Don't you think that would be a slight
Seriously.
liability for the people who made it? And for the
Yeah,
people who
those
use it,
fuckers who made
that
it,
every
man.
single
What the
moment-
fuck?
right? Like, what are you talking about? I don't know. People are just, I don't know. People are just crazy, right?
Staring at the chat.
So I don't know. I know everyone's like VPN. That doesn't work. When you do a VPN, it adds lag. What are you talking? Boy, you
No,
have
it
idea how VPN
doesn't.
Works, do you?
You can do a VPN from any city. You don't have to do a VPN from a totally different country. You can do a VPN from the next city next to you, and it'll work just fine and not add any lag. He is the one who doesn't understand what a VPN is. It's like, oh, if I pick a VPN, I have to pick a country from like the other side of the world or something, and it's gonna add so much lag. I'm like, no, you don't have to add a VPN from that far away, dumbass. You can pick what city and stuff you
VPN,
want.
That's not how VPNs work, genius. VPNs reroute you through
But
another
you see-
location of
oh
the
my
planet,
God.
adding insane amounts of lag.
No,
then
it
you're going
does
to play an online game?
not.
Are you stupid? Boy. Bjorn Turok, I don't know what you're talking about. I've had 0 problems on stream today. 0. The stream is a nice connection. No issues. So if you're having issues, it's your ISP or your connection. Everything is fine. I don't know what you're talking about there. So anyway, I don't know. This was this Bono Techno says the chat client does not have your IP address. Others cannot find it through the chat client. The lobby only knows your country, but when you play a game, they get your IP address. What? You know? Okay. All right. This is so ridiculous. Do you not understand the legal liability that a company would have if every time that you used something, it gave away your IP address? Right? Do you not understand that? So either you're telling me that people just don't care and they're so idiotically stupid that they would actively use this fighting game client to play the game and literally open themselves up to doxing and DDoS attacks and trolling. And this has been like this for 15 years.
Yep, and no one's had a problem with it except for you, Phil.
Which is it? Do we have a ginormous legal liability, in which case someone could sue the fuck out of the company that made Fightcade because they're constantly giving away people's IP addresses without telling them? Or are you wrong?
Or...
which is it? I'd like to know. I'd like the honest answer.
No, yours right, actually.
And then this company will just get sued. This is literally like playing a peer-to-peer game via an emulator. This is how it works. I play this with the Tecmo community. So seriously, how would anyone who is a known player who streams, okay, how would you use it? So you tell me I can't use it. You tell me I can't use Fightcade.
Most people use a VPN, dumbass.
One troll, right, to join a match to play me, and they have my IP address. And then they're just going to fucking post it all over the internet, and then the people are going to DDoS attack me constantly. Yeah, I don't know. This is 10 years of people telling me to play on Fightcade. And now, the day when I'm going to do it, now you people
oh,
chat.
Here comes the salt.
You waited this long to tell me.
You waited this long.
I could grab you off any game. If they did, they would have fucking doxed me 5 zillion times over the years, so you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's just stupidity saying that.
It's stupidity.
I just want you guys to put yourself into my situation. Really. Just do this for a second.
Really?
Right? And I want you
no, I'd rather not be in your situation, sir.
And they hold you accountable and they treat me like shit. And I just want you to listen to me for a second rationally. Okay?
Okay.
For over 10 years, I've exclusively played fighting games on console. Right? Exclusively.
Right.
And every time that I've done this, I've never had an issue with any kind of security whatsoever because consoles secure.
I mean, you don't know that. Like, you have had DDoS attacks. They did find your IP address before. Who's to say they didn't find your IP address from playing you in Street Fighter 4 or whenever the fuck that DDoS attack happened? You don't know how they got a hold of your DDoS. You don't know how they got a hold of your IP address at the time, sir. So, you don't know.
No one's going to get your IP address from playing a fighting game on a console, ever, right?
You don't know that.
I've had to put up with lag and inferior versions of
lag,
right? I have.
Well, that's a trade-off you have to do for being a douchebag, I guess.
Classic fighting games are not up to snuff with the real versions.
Oh, not up to snuff, my ass.
Like I said, with the Capcom Classics collection, literally no moderation options whatsoever. Okay? So, pretty bad, right? In that regard, you get the inferior version, but at least you're safe, correct? Excuse me. So, it's been 10 years. Everyone yelled at me, I'm doing the wrong thing.
And, another thing is that, obviously he went back to Street Fighter 6. And he was going to go back to Street Fighter 6 anyway when Akuma came out. I mean, I don't think he's out now, but he's coming out soon. So he's going to go back to Street Fighter 6. What was he going to do? Play one day out of the week for Street Fighter 6 and the next day and, one of the other days of the week for Fightcade? Do fighting games all the fucking week. Why not? Oversaturated RPG oversaturation and all this bullshit, but fighting game oversaturation would be fine. Jack Traxxer isn't really even tipping much anymore anyway. One Minuteman isn't tipping. That's just going from one extreme to the other extreme.
Everyone uses Fightcade. Why don't you just use Fightcade? You're such an idiot. You're such a dumbass.
Yeah, those people aren't the same people that are in your chat. You do know that, right, Phil? The people from 10+ years ago that were asking and demanding you to play Fightcade or whatever, they're not here anymore, dummy.
You're such a loser. You don't do what everyone else does. You're not playing the best players because you're not using Fightcade. You should be using Fightcade. So now here we are, 10 years later.
10 years later.
I've been waiting. I got the time set around.
I'm ready.
Right?
I'm ready.
By the way, that exposes your IP address. Oh. You had to wait 10 years to fucking tell me that?
Yep.
Seriously, now I'm fucking pissed. I'm legit and very rightly pissed.
I'm righteously pissed.
Because everyone asked me for it for 10 fucking years.
Oh,
now you're going to tell me, your IP address gets exposed.
Not that big a deal, you know, it's fine.
It gets to the point where when people ask for shit and they start to unfairly treat me away, I'm just going to tell them, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear you bitching. Because that's where the point
Oh, is that what's going to happen?
Like, people screaming so loudly that I'm doing it wrong, when in reality, I've always been doing it right, because there's no way
right
is
subjective here,
gives away
sir.
your IP address. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired that because I'm darksydephil, I'm the brunt of the abuse. I get the one that gets yelled at and called names and treated poorly because I'm darksydephil. That's really the only reason, right? If I was anyone else, it would have been like, all right, well, you're a streamer, you know, Fightcake's the best, but, you know, for me, it's like, no, fuck you, Phil, you piece of shit, right?
Yeah, because you brought that on yourself. You are living the consequences of your own actions, sir. If you weren't the asshole that you were before and are now, then you wouldn't be in the situation that you are in now, sir. It's not just, oh, because you happen to be Phil Burnell that you have all this hate against you. No, it is warranted hate against you for all the shitty things that you continue to do to this day. If you were like a horrible person and did all these shitty things in the past and you actually changed for the better, you would not have nearly as many detractors still making fun of you to this day as you do right now. But because you never change, he loves to pretend that he's changed, of course. Oh, I changed, I did this, and I don't do this, and bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. And there's 1,000,001 examples of current day Phil of him still being an asshole, still doing all this insane shit.
Doing it wrong for 10 years. Why don't you just listen to us?
Why don't you listen to me?
Okay, well, I'm listening to you now. Let's do it. Oh, wait, actually, your IP just gets exposed.
Yeah, and typical DSP. Oh, I'm listening to you now, 10 years later, as he's talking to a person that's not even there anymore, because the people who were asking him to do this have moved on, have left. Your fans have not just been around for the whole 10, 15 years and never left, Phil. Your fans currently are probably a lot newer than that.
Never done this to begin with.
You're bitching at people who aren't there anymore.
How? If it gives away your IP address, as people are suggesting in the chat, how? Player Essence, please, please, please kiss my fucking ass and enjoy your permanent ban, you dumb piece of fucking shit. Seriously, fuck off.
Fuck off, you piece of shit. Oh yeah, he's an asshole, right? Yeah. Isn't that so angry?
Because if you
why are you so mad?
Years that you're doing something wrong. For 10 years, you were told you're the one who's doing everything incorrectly. Why?
And again, he is bitching at his current fans for things that his old fans used to do or ask him for, and his old fans are no longer there. So you're bitching at the wrong people.
Why don't you just listen to reason? And then the day you're actually going to make amends and change and try to do the thing that people have said this is the right thing to do, you get told, oh no, you can't do it anyway. How would you feel? It doesn't even matter that's Fightcake. This could have been anything, right?
Right? No, wrong.
I don't know, you know? No, you see, Fightcake is something that the FGC is heavily into and has been. So if you're in the FGC, you probably know about Fightcake.
The FGC won't let me be, let me be me, so let me read.
It's not something that they're trying to get tons of people to use or anything like that, right?
Got to be me, says the piggy.
So now I don't know what to do. You tell me. What am I supposed to do, right?
Right? Go rope. You could do that.
I'll sit here tonight, and I'll just fucking sit back like this. I'll just be like, hey, I'm just going to sit here.
Yeah, it's basically that's basically what you have been doing lately, though, sir. You've just been like, oh, I don't feel like playing a game tonight, so we're just gonna have another boring ass Q&A segment where I ask people ask me the same fucking questions they've always asked me. I'm like, how is that fucking fun? How is that entertaining for anyone, Phil? Huh? It's not.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous at this point. It really is. At this point, I'm just so flabbergasted.
Ridiculous.
I'm just so resigned. It gets to the point where, like, you get, what is the word? Like, you get desensitized. Like, I shouldn't be upset. I shouldn't be surprised that for 10 years people gave me misinformation and yelled at me for that misinformation and acted like I was a villain or stupid or whatever. Doing the
You
wrong thing.
are.
You know.
You fucking are.
I shouldn't expect to be treated with respect. I guess that's actually the best way to put
You
it.
have to earn respect. Respect is never automatically just given to people. Some people give other people the benefit of the doubt, but everyone knows who you are. There is no reason to respect you. You haven't earned respect. You haven't given people any reason to give you respect. When you piss on them, you bite the hand that feeds you all the time, you shit on your own fans, and God forbid they ask the wrong question, even innocently enough, and you'll go and randomly ban them. Why should anyone give you respect, sir? You're not worthy of it.
I should not expect to be treated with any kind of respect.
You're right, you shouldn't.
9 times out of 10, they're fucking.
Because you don't give people a reason to.
Any criticism of me actually isn't valid. It's just people.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. Because he's not treated with respect, all the criticism against him does not count at all. Because we're not respectful enough to him. Does that make any sense either? No, it doesn't.
For the sake of making fun of me, right? I thought this was legit. I thought it's like, oh, people really haven't. Phil's been really missing out on playing old school fighters.
You have been, but
he's really been missing out because he just doesn't listen, because he's stubborn, he's obstinate. And so after all these years, I get to a point where...
And then here comes the conspiracy theory.
I actually have a situation where I have a PC that I can play Fightcade. Let's do it. I'm excited to do it. We have the time to do it.
It only took... Think about that. It only took him, what, 10 years to get a somewhat decent PC, which is a mini PC, but still, it only took him 10 years to get a somewhat decent PC in order for him to play old school 2D fighting games in a Fightcade. How insane is that? That it took him 10 years to update his PC, which he still hasn't done, but it took him 10 years to get a hold of a decent enough PC to fucking play a 2D fucking game.
To do it.
That is crazy.
I want to do it. And then the morning before I'm going to do it, you tell me it gives away my IP address. It only took 10 fucking years. Wow. Horny Gordon Rule says Fightcade doesn't openly display your IP. It's still accessible during gameplay due to peer-to-peer nature like Call of Duty. So explain this to me. How does anyone ever stream Call of Duty? Because don't you think there's malicious parties who would get someone's IP address who's a streamer and DDoS attack them or post it all over the internet? So how is it possible that people play Call of Duty? How is it possible that Avoid the Puddle plays on Fightcade and doesn't get his IP address doxed? How is this possible?
He probably uses a VPN.
No, not a VPN, you incredible dunce. Stop saying VPN.
Oh, okay, sorry, my bad.
Wow, that is a stupid answer.
You don't understand anything about actual VPN, sir. And second of all, guess what, Phil? You can play a game online and not actually use your fucking name. I know for a narcissist piece of shit like you, that is an insane ideal, right? But you can actually pick a random ass different name to use for your online game that doesn't actually have DSP or darksydephil in the title, and no one will know it's you. You dumb shit. But no, Mr. Narcissist over here has to name every fucking account, every fucking game, every character that he's in, either darksydephil or they call me DSP or blah blah blah, and that's how he got in trouble when we found out about his WWE Champions account, was because he was so narcissistic he has to put DSP in every fucking account name out there. So he can't just play Fightcade with a random Joe Schmaloney name on there. No. He has to have DSP darksydephil on that account name. He can't just make up a fucking name and go undercover and then no one will know it's him. No. He has to have his name on it. Because that's the major draw. Everyone needs to know who beat their ass, is that it's Phil Burnell kicked their ass in this game. Not random username 01526. No.
The very nature of the fact that you
talk about ego, man.
It's hilarious. To say that in a chat, that you think that you want to add latency by using a VPN.
It doesn't.
In online play. That is incredibly stupid, what you're saying. Well, I guess it's a shot then. I guess we're just not doing it. You know?
Darn.
I guess we're not doing it. What a waste of time this whole thing has been. Seriously. What a hilarious waste of time this discussion has been all these years that people have yelled at me to play Fightcade. Because I'm being told, like, legit, someone who's trying to help in chat says, this is why in things like Fightcade it's considered friend groups or friend lobbies, people you trust playing against each other.
And
That
we
way
all
it's
know
not
Phil
people
doesn't
who
have
are
any
maliciously
actual
against you or
friends or anything either, so
that's what they're saying.
that goes
Play
out
with
the
trusted friends
window.
only. Well, then I can never use Fightcade ever. Not a single fucking time.
Admitting
can I
he
ever
doesn't
play
have
Fightcade,
friends
right?
again.
So I'm done. That's it.
I'm dead.
Fightcade is off the
Yeah,
table.
no
Now we have
friends
to change the
whatsoever
schedule
for
the next 2
me,
nights
so I can't
because
play
I
this
cannot
game,
play
sir.
this program, even though people have demanded that I use it for a decade. Outright
I
told me I'm an idiotic
demanded.
moron buffoon
We
for playing console
need to
versions of
do
fighting games
this
when
thing.
Fightcade exists. And, you know, I mean, literally, outright been insulted as if I'm just fucking stupid as shit.
You are!
Because I've been playing on
You
console.
are, sir.
But now I find out, actually, I was in the right all along. Right? Like, wow. That's tremendous.
Wow, dude. What the
That's
fuck?
absolutely tremendous.
Why are you so
Amazing.
mad?
And again, guys, I was 100% gung-ho. I was going to do this tonight.
Mm-hmm.
100%. I was in line to play tonight with all of you.
Man,
to
we
enjoy
really
retro
missed
fighting
out
games.
on
Apparently,
some
I'm just not allowed that
amazing
luxury like everybody else is.
possible
I'm not allowed
gameplay
to,
there,
because I'm
man.
darksydephil, and everyone just wants
Yeah,
to fuck
and
on
you're a
shit on me constantly,
douche.
right?
Douche.
All right, so unless anyone can prove differently, I guess it's off the table. We're not doing Fightcade. It's done. You know, I'm glad I didn't
Darn.
do anything early, because again, everyone's saying, oh, just do it early. Set it up early. Imagine if I did, and then it gets canceled after all that work. Fuck that.
That would have been hilarious, though. That would have been
Google
good.
search wouldn't have done any of this, because you need to
Yes,
hear
it
it
would
firsthand
have.
from people who use
Oh
it
my
to truly
gosh.
understand anything. Google searches are pretty fucking worthless.
No, they're not. You
Right
could
now,
actually
Google
find
search will
out
tell you
pretty
there's fucking
easily by
aliens on
Google
Earth and all kinds of
searching,
weird shit. You know
dummy.
what you're talking about. You
Oh
need to
my
actually talk to
gosh.
people who actively use the technology regularly to really understand it. So, yeah, I have no idea what we're doing tonight. Right? I don't know. I guess we're just going to have a random stream where I'm just coming on stream and doing whatever. Whether it's no gameplay and we just fuck around. You know, we could
Like
do a Game Pass night,
usual.
which originally is what we were talking about doing, is just exploring Game Pass.
But no, we won't do
seeing
that
if
because
there's
that
anything
takes
that we're
work.
interested in.
So instead, he's just going to sit
Well,
there
you
and
go to
have
rules,
people ask
you have
him
no idea
questions.
the implications of what you're saying. They're like, you know, it just, that person, what they're saying, it doesn't happen that often. You should just do it anyway. You should just stream Fightcade and see what happens. Yes, because if my IP address gets doxxed, right, totally I'll just be able to easily stream every day, and it won't affect my business in a negative way or anything, right? I won't be able to not make money.
Oh, you
'cause I can't
greedy.
work.
It all
What are you
comes down to
talking about?
money.
Oh, my God. Oh, my fucking God.
All comes down to
Well,
cash.
I'm
The
definitely titling
cashola.
this podcast the Fightcade disaster episode, for sure. I can't imagine. I mean, thank God we had this
Man, he
conversation.
should have called it like the Fightcade that didn't happen or something like that. You know, come on, you got to make it a little catchy.
Because
The
if we didn't,
Fightcade that never
that would have
was.
been really, really bad, right? Like, it would have been. It just would have been terrible. So obviously, I'm very happy that it didn't come to that. and
No
that
one
we basically dodged
cares.
yet another bullet, right?
Oh,
Oh,
Phil
God.
survives another
All right, no Fightcade
day.
tonight. I guess we'll either just have a hangout session, or we'll maybe do some Game Pass exploration or something like that. And then I guess tomorrow night we're either going to be doing like Street Fighter or Helldivers or something. There you go. Well, thanks for at least for being honest on the stream chat. Those who tried to help, I really do appreciate that. And thank you for understanding.
Thanks
that I
those
just can't take the liability
you
of my entire
assholes who
business
I
shut
called you
down
assholes
because of
for
that. That was
lying
pretty
when you
fucking
weren't
stupid, I think.
actually lying.
Okay.
Thanks.
Let's get the shout outs. Holy shit. What a podcast this has been.
Only Iced Coffee, thanks for 35 months of support.
Jordan, another super chat. So what games were you going to try to play on Fightcade? I was going to try to play
Thanks,
all
OIC.
all the classic fighters that I liked from back in the day. Super Turbo, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, the Alpha games, you know, Darkstalkers, just to name a few. All the games from my youth from the 90s that I loved, that I played in arcade,
Youths
right?
from my youth.
Easy Steve did a super chat. Says time to play whatever you want. Yeah, I guess so. Time to do whatever I want tonight. Says obviously Fightcade's not possible. And Jordan did another super chat. Are there any other ways to try to play the game on Fightcade or another service? There are no other services that basically are better than Fightcade. They're all the same, I'm assuming. I'm clueless about this. Sorry if there isn't. Yeah, apparently
I'm
there's nothing.
assuming. I don't
And again,
know.
the
I'll
VPN
just
doesn't work.
assume.
VPNs, for those who don't know, do you know what a VPN is?
You don't,
All right? In
clearly.
a nutshell, what a VPN does, it routes your internet connection through another location on the planet so that it looks like you're located there, all right? Primarily, VPNs are used to disguise your identity or to unlock content that's region locked. So, for example, let's say you had Netflix. Well, in the United States, only certain stuff is available on Netflix. But if you were to say, oh, I'm from Norway, well, then other content would actually be unlocked on Netflix. And you could do this to change your location, geolocation in the world using a VPN and make it look like you're somewhere else, and so that you can get other content. That's primarily why people use VPNs. But VPNs can be used to make it look like you are somewhere else. And obviously that protects your identity. But the problem is, and this is what people are not saying, when you use a VPN, it adds lag because your connection has to ping through that other location first before it then goes to where the destination is. So imagine I'm trying to play someone over Fightcade who's located in California. If I just go direct to them, it's a connection from California to Washington State, which are just pretty close to each other in the United States. But if I'm using a VPN that says I live in Norway,
but shouldn't we have to pick it in Norway, dummy?
Across the planet to Norway and then to California. And then the inputs there are going from California to Norway to Washington State. You're adding dramatic amounts of lag to the situation, in which case it just becomes not viable. There's no point to doing it. Do you see? Okay. Now, just a reminder that we have all new animations on the chat for any super chat up to $5. You've seen that a few times already here today, which is the Zangief one. But then we have 4 more new animations, each for a $10, $20, $30, and $50 tip. And they're all funny, very funny, whatchamacallit, Street Fighter animations, okay? So I hope that you'll enjoy them, but we do need to get contributions of that size. Let's start with our tip shout-outs today. The first tip of the day is a $1.69 tip. Everything public on SRK and Alphaism, I don't even know what Alphaism is
you were on it. It was a
that man.
It was a radio talk show and you were on it, dumbass.
You're talking about things that were public when SRK went down. Wrong. When SRK went down, when they took it offline, okay, it didn't have all the posts. I'm telling you, like, I had entire threads and things in there that were removed. Now, a lot of them were because I was an asshole troll, right? And I've admitted that back in the day, I was a pretty bad troll, right? And I've already owned up to that and said, man, I wish I didn't do that because now that I'm older and wiser, I absolutely know that
you're not old. Well, you're not wiser. You're definitely older, but you're not any wiser.
There's a lot of underhanded stuff that was going on in the community back in the day. Okay, so you're wrong. No, there was not a full archive of the stuff that went down on SRK. I wish there was, because then I could actually prove that I was pointing out flaws in the netcode and that it was deleted. Right?
So, so the whole thing with Phil is that he's a contrarian, right? He's a fucking contrarian. And it's not that he was right the whole time or anything like that. He just never liked to agree with what everyone else was agreeing with. So he would always do the opposite. When everyone was like, oh, everyone was saying, oh, they really like this game, they really like that game, or oh, this is a great idea, he would do the opposite to be a contrarian douchebag to try to get attention. So he would be like, actually, it's not really all that good. Rollback netcode sucks. Don't you know? Like, it's just awful. So it's like, you see what I'm saying? So it's like, he wasn't right the whole time. He just possibly happened to maybe arguably be on the right side only because he was being a contrarian for contrarian's sake.
And an archive of is the private conversations that I have with these people on IRC, which is actually where most Street Fighter discussion went down. It didn't happen on SRK. That was the public-facing post. The real shit went on behind the scenes on IRC chats. That used to happen, but those are long gone. But absolutely, these things happen. It doesn't matter what you think you found archived on the internet because a bunch of people who don't like me found negative archives.
You can go fuck yourself and kiss my ass.
Oh yeah, it's all fabricated. Yeah, that's it.
You fucking buffoon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Someone tipped the bucket and says, well, if all the modern fighting games kind of bother you, what do you think? How do you think Fightcade would affect you? I mean, here's the thing, okay? I feel like playing the classics, at first it will be stressful. Because, like I said, there's that whole try-hard mentality of people who've never given up playing these games.
Says the try-hard. Says the person who's a try-hard the whole time.
And kind of kick my ass, but at the same time, there's a feeling of competition that I would get back for those games. Like, it's the same thing with any game. When you get to that certain level, you're going to start to enjoy it more. Plus, there's something you're not understanding. Old school fighting games are not like modern fighting games, okay? In most old school fighting games, you can't just spam a pattern nonstop and get away with it. You just can't. They're not built that way. It took a lot more level of skill for execution, a lot more level of intelligence, a lot more being able to react to things, as opposed to, oh, here's a safe pattern I can do over and over. The meta of these games took so long to be discovered, and to this day, there's still things being discovered about the meta of old school fighters, as opposed to in Street Fighter 6, we knew the rushdown meta within like 4 months. And that was it. It's been the same since. It hasn't even changed, right?
I zoned out there for a second. I'm sorry. I was like, wait, what's he talking about?
Absolutely there would be.
Just kind of zoned out for a second.
But at the same time, I think I would like it more because it is the retro stuff I grew up with. And once I get back to the swing of things, I think it would be pretty enjoyable. Okay? I got a $2 tip.
I don't know.
So this person says, Fightcade does not give away your IP address. Others cannot find it through a chat client. They only have your country code. If you're that worried, get a VPN. So again, this is the discussion we just had. literally the discussion we just had.
It
correct?
doesn't ever cross his mind that he could just be wrong
So,
about something. No.
If the risk
He's
is
always
present, and
absolutely
if you're
always
so confident
right.
it doesn't give away the IP address, why would you recommend a VPN? Right? And we just discussed why a VPN is not viable in a competitive online game in any situation.
No, you
It's just
discussed
a
it,
dumb
and you're
suggestion.
wrong about it. So
Jordan now did a $10 super
you're
chat.
wrong.
Thank you so much, Jordan.
You're
Says, I'm not trying to be
wrong.
pushy. What if you email the Fightcade support to get guaranteed confirmation if it's safe? I guess I have to look that up. I don't know. Does Fightcade actually have support? I have no clue.
I.e., please give me their email or contact information because I don't want to look into it.
And by the way, I don't fault Fightcade at all if this is the case.
Oh,
If
yeah,
the IP
sure.
address away, I mean, no one has situations like me.
I'm not
right? Like,
faulting
literally no
them.
one
I'm
goes through the shit
faulting
that I
you
go through.
guys for recommending in the first
Here, let's see.
place.
There's not an email address to contact them. Nope. All they have is social media, which publicly tweeting them isn't going to help. Maybe I could find a way to contact them via their Twitter. or
Are
a
you
DM.
embarrassed about publicly tweeting them, Phil?
Nope. Their DMs are off. Yeah, their DMs are off.
What an ugly motherfucker, too.
Hold on. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, I wasn't logged in. Never mind. Hold on. No. Maybe if I follow. No, you can't DM them. No DMs on Twitter. DMs are shut off. So I can't do that. That's a no-go.
Well,
I'm trying, guys.
DMs are kind of weird on Twitter nowadays. So it's like, I don't understand. It's like, I think each person has to be following each other in order to like do DMs now. You can't just randomly DM someone you don't know that much or something like that. I don't know how it works. I don't know.
There's no email address. There's a Facebook. I don't use Facebook. There's no way to contact them. Nope. Unless I hit maybe frequently ask maybe help.
Help.
Install ROMs launching. Nope. Nothing about contacting us whatsoever. Nope. Well, I give up. There's no way to contact them for what I.
Well, that was fast. Just
I just looked and I don't
give
see
up.
anything.
It's too
Well, why would
hard.
I fault Fightcade? These guys, these are fans of Street Fighter like everybody
Why
else.
would I fault Fightcade when I could just fault you guys instead? Obviously, I'm still pissed off about it, but I'm not going to fault the actual person who made the thing. I'm going to fault you guys for fucking suggesting it again.
Okay? They want to have classic games protected for posterity purposes. They want you to be able to play these games, even though they're not really represented anymore. There's no good console versions, and you can't really play the arcade versions. All they want to do is preserve fighting games. I respect that, right? It's not their fault that I have a giant troll community of idiots who are just phoning
No,
at
it's
the
your
mouth to try to
fault.
get my IP address and fuck with me. You know, there's zero fault to them. Why would I fault them? That's ridiculous. But there's no way to contact them. I just checked, and there's no way to contact them for what I can see. So, yeah, Joe Loft, don't worry, man. Some people are apologizing now. They feel bad because they're like, oh, I feel like I ruined it for you. How did you ruin it for me? No, what you did is you saved me a giant headache, is what you did. You saved me a giant problem headache, which would have been awful if I basically went through with it and then my IP address got leaked. Because here's the thing. I don't even know with my current setup if I have the ability to get a new IP address. Here's why. Previously, I had a Comcast-owned modem. And as you know, I got rid of that modem when an employee of Comcast was messing with my internet last year, and then they got fired, supposedly. And now I got my own modem. I bought my own modem, a third-party modem. Okay?
Which was stupid.
This way, at the very
But-
least, no Comcast employee can ever enter my modem and mess with its settings.
Which I still don't think happened.
Now, the problem is, and I've told you guys this before, is with a Comcast modem, when a Comcast modem goes offline and then goes back online, it does not seek out a new IP address. A Comcast modem is hard-coded to get the same IP address it already had for no reason. There's no real reason for it. That's just how it is. Ever since I lived here for 10 years, we found this out, that there's no way for me to unplug my modem, plug it back in, and get a new IP address. It keeps giving me the same IP address over and over. We had to find workarounds for that to fix it. Like, I would have a tech out here, and we'd have to plug two modems in at the same time, so one of them would get a new IP address, then we unplug the one with the old one, and only keep the new one, and that's how I could get a new IP address. It was the only way to do it, okay? But now I have a new modem, brand new, third party. So I don't know if that modem will do the same thing, because I still have Comcast internet, or if that new modem would actually act differently and seek out a new IP address if I were just to unplug it for a while and replug it. I'd have to test it, and I haven't tested it, because I haven't had a single problem since that Comcast employee was shit-canned last year. So,
If that actually happened.
I haven't fucked with it.
Which I
Maybe
still don't
should
think
fuck
it
with
did.
to figure it out. King Gogan says, I saw some Reddit posts. Someone claims you can use a packet sniffer and you get the other player's IP address. This is pretty nutty, so I'm not doing it. Forget it. I can never play Fightcade, guys. And again, I don't blame the Fightcade makers. That's not the intention of why they made the client. They made it for posterity, for old school fighting games, to have them be viable, to be played online.
Posterity,
to still have
dude.
vibrant communities. They're not designing their thing to be foolproof from these kind of malicious people. So I'm very glad I didn't put myself in harm's way. And in fact, I'm going to go as far to say this. How much do you want to bet that a lot of the people who have been yelling at me and calling me names and insulting me for a decade, saying that playing it on console was the wrong way to do it, literally were doing that to goad me into using Fightcade so that I would get doxxed? How much do you want to bet they knew that that was the case and they were just hoping that I'd be stupid enough to one day do it? Right? I guarantee it. It's not everyone, of course, but I guarantee you that's the case. So that's what I mean. I got to be very skeptical. When I start hearing people scream at me about certain things, I definitely got to start being more skeptical about it. It just
Yes, just ignore every opinion and suggestion from your dumbass
like, man, if I can get old school fighters in the rotation, that would be so much fun to be able to play. And you know, but no, I'm not allowed to do that. Not me. I'm the one guy who can't do it. Everyone else can, but not Phil. No, it's not for Phil. Right? You know what's sad too? Because Drew Corporation just said something. He said, play it on your own time. Get that itch taken care of. Just for the record, I'm not going to. But sadly, if someone were to ever go on there and impersonate me, they would probably be completely doxxed and destroyed. Like, even if someone went on there, oh, I'm DSP, right? Probably trolls would find them and oh, it might be him. So get his information. And they probably fucking get their IP address and dox them and all kinds of fucked up shit. But I'm not stupid. I'm not going to put myself in harm's way in any way. So. Thank you to the Blimp. He did another super chat and he says, we support you, whatever you choose to do. Well, obviously, we're not doing 5K tonight. It's completely off the table. 100% completely off the table. So, what are we doing? I don't know. I mean, we could either do a chill late night stream where we just hang out and talk, or we could do a Game Pass.
You always do that, though.
Maybe we hang out for half the stream and we go on Game Pass and look at some random games for half the stream. And then tomorrow, I don't know. What do we do tomorrow? Because again, tomorrow night was going to be me playing old school fighters, and now it's off the table. So I don't know. So this guy...
And he ran back to Street Fighter 6 anyway.
This guy's name is One Pump Chump. I'm not making that up. Someone just
so
tipped
funny,
me,
don't you
who's
know?
$31 tip, and their name is One Pump Chump. All right? I can't imagine what that would possibly be a reference to. But thank you very much.
Me first, maybe.
Again, you're going to see the $30 animation a second time. Keep in mind, there are new ones for $10, $20, and $50 you guys haven't seen yet. But there we go.
More
One
begging,
Pump
why
Chump
not?
says the following. They have something to say. Your VPN concerns are true. There is extra lag. But remember something? Console servers are conceptually doing exactly the same thing. Instead of a console server, it's a VPN server for Fightcade. That's how both work to protect your IP. VPN servers are built for speed. They're significantly faster. Some Fightcade users say it's much better than playing on PlayStation or Xbox because of that. Perhaps it's worth experimenting with just a 1-month membership to something like ExpressVPN that has US servers that you can leverage.
Good idea.
Is it really? I mean, let's think about this realistically.
Oh, you just see, he doesn't want to do it. He's already given up. He's already given up. He doesn't want to do it. He's too afraid. So now he's like not going to take the actual advice of someone who just gave him good advice.
To get a membership to a VPN, to then try to get that to work in conjunction with my work PC, to then try to get that to work in conjunction with Fightcade, to then set everything up and try to do these matches and see if there's lag, and if it even works, because what if it doesn't work and then my IP somehow still gets exposed anyway, or what if they DDoS the...
But you're the one who was doing this whole hour-long bitch fest about not being able to fucking participate and Fightcade blah blah blah. Sorry. Like a whiny little fucking bitch. And then it turns out, well, I don't want to have to do it because I have to do this, and it's going to be such a pain in the ass. Then, like, you weren't going to do it in the first place then, if that's the case. You weren't going to actually set it up. Or he was going to do it on stream and try to get paid money to set it up, for, like, to have his fans set it up for him, basically.
The IP of the VPN. Doesn't that?
Because that's what he was going to do.
Anyway? In which case, now I have to constantly change my IPs all the time when I try to play Fightcade. Does it really make sense? The answer is no. The answer is, if you could see someone's IP over Fightcade, I can never use it. Period. That's the answer, sadly. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth the stress and the effort. You know? Why wouldn't they be able to DDoS a VPN server? They have the IP address. They could DDoS it. Right? What I see is it's just becoming, it's just a nightmare at this point, right? Instead of it being something fun, oh, we can bring classic fighting games to DSP streams. You can play the games from his youth. You can see him, you know, from when he was at his prime playing those
No
games.
one cares about that, though, Phil. No one cares.
And stuff like that in the best version possible. Instead, it's just become this fucking bloated nightmare mess of stress, right? So what's the fucking point at this point? You know? True Corporation says, you should reach out to a VPN company for sponsorship. You're the ideal client for their services with all the crap you get.
That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't know. Shit. I don't even know who I would like. Who would it be? I like you said, ExpressVPN. I know ExpressVPN does sponsorships, but They usually do sponsorships with giant people. You know, they're not doing sponsorships with
Like
people who has,
angry
like, 300
video
people on
game
the street. I
nerd.
don't think they're going to sponsor me, just being honest. Nor am I even really looking for a sponsorship, right? I'm not. I'm just looking for a way to do things so people can't fuck with me. All right. Any last minute? I know we went really long on this podcast. Any last minute questions or concerns, anybody, before we adjourn? Now that Fightcade's off the table, I guess we're just doing whatever again tonight. Great. That's 2-night stream shot, and I still don't know if we should do Elden Ring or Helldivers 2 tomorrow. I have no idea. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that.
Ugh,
Oh,
gross.
all right, everyone. Well, thank you for the honest podcast. I certainly was not expecting this. Seriously, after all the years of people screaming at me to play Fightcade and telling me I was in the wrong for not doing it and literally outright insulting me and my intelligence for playing console classic fighters, to find out today that it was never viable to begin with and always a huge liability is pretty ironically hilarious to me. So I want to say thank you for being honest on the show, that I didn't make a horrible mistake that wouldn't have, you know, paid off and would have ended up being all screwed up for my business. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. And sadly, we can't do Fightcade ever. It's just off the table for now. Sucks ass, right? But it's life, I guess. At least I found out before disaster struck. So, it is what it is. Thank you all. Tonight, I have no clue what we're doing. We're doing a stream.
All right, that's it for that one. Sorry, I thought that was better than what it was, but that was actually kind of just a little boring. Sorry about that. Not having good luck with some of these clips lately, I will say that. Jeez. Sorry about that.
Another one. Once again, I am not throwing away ranking points on this fucking dog shit game. Every time I find
Okay, so this is recently, and he got like super fucking salty in Street Fighter 6.
me and lose, I'm quitting. Mashing, brainless, idiotic fucking gameplay. Fucking
This was from the other day, I think.
Shit. You can eat my fucking ass, you scrub who tried to teabag. You fucking suck. So eat out of my fucking butthole. Fuck this fucking.
All right, so I'm gonna say one thing. I am gay, and I hang out with a lot of gay friends, also, right? In the gay community that I'm a part of, no one mentions asses as much as this guy. And this is coming from a gay person in the gay LGBT community. None of us talk about asses the way this motherfucker does. That's saying something. Okay, that's saying a lot. I'm just putting that out there. So, well, technically I'm asexual, but like you get the hint. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I have a lot of gay friends and all this stuff. No one talks about asses the way this guy does, and eating stuff out of asses. If you really are so obsessed with that, Phil, just have fucking cat eat you out, okay? It's not that hard. Put a little peanut butter down there or something. I'm sorry, this is gross. And just have her go to town like a fucking dog would. You know what I mean? Like, so you can stop it, because he's clearly obsessed.
This is fucking
at this
pissing me
point.
off.
Like, that's not insult. Like, I don't know what that is, but that's not a fucking insult. I don't know who would fucking use that as insult.
I missed. I fucking missed. Okay.
You notice how obviously, like, it's not Zangief, it's Zangief. It's Zangief. But fucking Phil always calls him Geef. Zangief. But it's not Zangief, it's Zangief. Because he's Russian, Phil. So this whole, like, the whole, like, what, 20, 30 years you've been playing fucking Street Fighter? You've been mispronouncing that name as well as Ryu?
Whiffed. Hope you guys are enjoying so far. Like I said, this is definitely the best streak I've had here of Zangief since I started picking the character back up. So, good stuff. I'm not doing wireless. Fuck no, dude. Fuck no.
Fuck no.
Excuse me. Whew. Sorry about that.
Jesus.
Excuse me.
Here comes a new
Well,
challenger.
this is the end of my streak. This is it. There is nothing you can do. She will win. I'm about to lose.
Dude.
I
I
cannot.
don't
If I
fucking
lose
know.
once, I'm out. I'm serious. Any Cammy, I lose one game, I'm fucking out. I don't give a shit. I'm gone. There's the new stage, by the way. okay.
You would think he would learn something
Dude,
from losing
I
to all
can't
these
do anything
enemies.
to Kimmy. She won't block, won't react. It's fucking ridiculous. What just happened? We both jumped? How is it even possible? How is it possible?
She jumped behind you, that's why.
I can't parry or block. It just won't. It won't parry or block when I fight Cammy. I can't block any normals. I can't parry anything. Fuck this game.
Fuck
I
this
hate
game. This
fucking
game's
character.
bullshit. Well, then stop playing the game.
Whoa! I'm in a terrible game. Whoa!
This game is awesome. I don't know what
Holy
you're fucking
shit.
talking about. Woohoo!
Whoa! Whoa!
Wooga
This game
wooga.
fucking sucks. Whoa! See, and her dive kick stops my anti-air, so you can just do it the whole round. I can't do anything about it. You can jump over for free. Amazing.
Yeah, like, that's...
Just keep jumping for free. Literally, no skills.
Where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? Like, that's kind of the point. Phil always picks these, like, really big, beefy guys, which is saying something also, because the fact, like, why are you picking all these really big, buff, muscly, sweaty guys all the time, Phil? Are you that afraid of women, or do you just like the guys that much? But it's like, that's the benefit of having a more nimble, smaller character, is they're more maneuverable. So you're trading maneuverability for more power. So she's not going to hit as hard as Zangief would, but to compensate for that, she has more maneuverability, so she can do those jumps, dumbass. It's like a trade-off system. Do you want more maneuverability, or do you want more power? It's like fighting games 101. You should fucking understand this. That, like, obviously you can't do the same fancy, easy, nimble fucking jumps that she can because you picked that character. So it's like, of course that's not going to be able to let you do that.
Keep holding up the whole round. I didn't do that. Come on.
As well as dropping a bunch of inputs and everything, obviously, too.
What? She started blocking! In the middle of my combo, she starts blocking. Fuck this game. I'm done. I'm not rematching her. I'm not rematching her. You earned absolutely fucking nothing. The game is dog shit. The character is too
more
fucking
bitchin'.
ridiculously good. I have to play absolutely perfectly. You can literally make mistake after mistake because you're a top tier character. You fucking suck. Another one. Once again,
Another one.
I am
Another
not
one.
throwing away ranking points on this fucking dog shit game. Every time I fight a Cammy and lose, I'm quitting. I give up. I'm not doing 2 matches against any fucking Cammy who get their wins because the game is fucking brokenly unbalanced.
The game is completely unfair and broken.
Fuck this.
But, yeah. Oh look, you actually beat one. Wow.
Can't do anything. That was level 2. I did level 2 super. Nothing.
I think you just can't get out of
Can't do
corners,
anything.
Phil. That's what it seems to me, is that you have no way to get out of corners, which you would think you would have learned a way to get out of the corner at this point.
Once I'm in it, the round is literally over. I have no
But you're
tools
supposed to be a
escape the corner
professional
with
fighting game player, Phil. I thought you were so fucking
anything. You can
good
just jump, mash,
at
jab, mash,
Evo
jab, jump,
and all
mash,
this
jab.
stuff,
I can't
and
do
yet-
anything about it. Cammy destroys Zangief.
like he goes on to say he's won Evo and he's won all these qualifiers and he's placed in Evo so many times. If you were actually a pro fighting game player, regardless of character, you would be able to get out of the corner like that. But he can't do that. He just can't fucking do that at all. So I'm like, how the hell did this asshole win any qualifiers, let alone 4th place at Evo? Because, like, we all make fun of the 4th place at Evo thing, but even then, how did he manage to do it? You know what I mean? Like, is his skills actually deteriorating that badly? Or was he always this bad? Because this is really fucking bad. This is worse than scrub tier. And keep in mind, Piece of Peace has literally started playing this game, like, this last year, I think. And he's already, like, 10 times better than DSP is. So, how is he this bad?
It's 100% fucking counter match.
And I'm not saying I'm good at the game, because obviously I never played this game. I don't know. But like, it's not hard to see how bad he is at this game. It's pretty obvious compared to even scrubs that he is fighting, how bad he is. He doesn't learn anything.
I can't do anything to her.
Now that's a good fighting game, though. I do like that game. Grand Blue is fun.
I did reversal dragon punch, she jabbed it. Right. Nothing I can do. Look at that. More than a third of my life are gone. On fight, I can't do anything.
Wow, you
stop
suck.
the throw. I literally can't stop it. You can do it the whole fucking round.
And maybe try picking a different character? Either try picking a different character or get good? Like, it's not that hard.
Oh my god, it dropped my input. No medium punch, so no combo for me. Can't do anything. Guaranteed win. There's no way to interrupt it because I have no fucking meter. Trash gameplay. Trash player. Trash gameplay. Doesn't do my combo. Drops my medium. That's why I lose the game. Fuck Street Fighter 6 and the shitty netcode. I cannot win with low tiers because the game sucks online and everyone just picks top tiers and scrubs it out like a little bitch. You can eat my fucking ass, you scrub who tried to teabag. You fucking suck. You lost. I mean, I lost because my combo dropped because the game sucks online. So eat out of my fucking butthole. Shut the fuck up and
oh my god, he's talking about asses again. Oh my
god.
You fucking scrub.
Spank your fucking ass offline 10 times out of fucking 10.
Wah.
10 times out of 10. Stupid bitch. I don't deserve to lose points to scrubs who just mash a pattern. I don't. The game is terrible online. Why does it keep dropping my inputs? Why does it keep dropping my combos? Why is everything with Zangief so technically hard to do, but everyone like her is super easy to fucking play? Mashing, brainless, idiotic fucking gameplay. Fucking dunce level, mouth-drooling shit. Fucking degenerates playing the game who don't understand basics of Street Fighter, getting wins because the game is made too fucking easy mode because you wanted to appeal to the masses.
Oh my god, he's
it.
still
You've
bitching.
The lowest common denominator
Phil,
of fucking
just
brainless
stop
moron
playing the
who just
game.
does
It's
the same
obviously
mashing
not
shit
worth
over
it.
and over. The game
If
is
you're getting
fucking
stressed
terrible
out about
online.
it.
If you have a half the
I
task
swear he's gonna
that
have like a
can't hang against
stroke
a bunch of
online or
pattern
something
players,
one of
fix
these
the
days.
fucking game. Absolute garbage. The game still sucks. Lord Prince Albert, thanks for the super chat. There is a spoon emo already. It's already a universal one. So I don't need to make one because there's already a universal one. I got my first tip of the night, and I appreciate that. It's a $5 tip from Hickory Handball, saying, I like your Street Fighter 6 stream. There you go. Thank you. He says, Zangief is weak. Yes, I know. He says, to sign a skill, you can win it all with him. Yeah, you see how hard the matches are. You have to play at insane high level.
Pick a different
to win
character
fucking matches
then.
against top tiers of Zangief. Like, you literally can't fucking make one mistake, and if the game fucks you over by dropping your combo, the game's over. It's like, dude, I didn't fucking do anything wrong. I'm doing exactly the same combo.
I didn't do anything wrong. I did everything correct.
The game just doesn't time it right because the fucking netcode is so bad. You want me to have precise inputs and frame specific links and shit when she could just stand there and do jumping light, mash, jab, 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 jumping light, mash, jab, jab, jab.
You can't be fucking real.
Jab, jab, drive it, throw, throw. It's brainless. It shouldn't be in a fighting game. This is what idiots do in a fucking game. Pattern shit. People who don't have a conscious understanding of how fucking high-level thought is in anything competitive. That's what they're doing.
Oh my god,
They made
he's
it
still
appeal to the masses
going.
by adding characters
Listen
like that
to
in.
this.
That is fucking so bad
What
for
am I-
any competitive fighting game.
What am I even supposed to say to
It is
this?
so bad, man. I hate Cammy. It's not fair. She's the worst against fucking Dalsim too. All the I'm okay with her against Blanca. Because Blanca has tools that he can hang with her. He can get her off of it. But these other characters, they can't do shit. They're fucking spammy bullshit beat zone. It's so dumb. Fucking brainless idiots can win online.
Well, if he has so many issues with Cammy, why doesn't he go back to practice mode and fight against Cammy, get to know her moves, and figure out a move that works against her then or something?
Of course, just jump around and save. That's not what I did. I did down forward medium. Look what she gets. She gets this punish. I can't block. Are you shitting me? So my combo drops, it doesn't do down forward medium. Then it refuses to block after the punish. She gets the second punish. Fuck this game. Fuck this laggy game.
Not my fault. Fuck this game.
Fuck this stupid fucking game.
Him falling off the track is not his fault.
What? I'm not doing anything. I'm literally not doing anything. Because she just mashes. Yup, just hold up. What I can do. Fuck this game. No, I'm done with it. I'm done with that. I'm quitting out. This is bullshit. This is fucking bullshit. You didn't earn anything.
Oh my gosh,
nothing.
the whole
The game
you didn't
keeps
earn
dropping my
anything,
inputs
dude.
Over and over. I had a big combo, a big punish combo. It gives me standing medium instead of down forward medium. So now my fucking combo drops. Then she just mashes low medium kick and it refuses to let me block down back. So she gets 2 punishes for the price of 1 because the game is a piece of fucking laggy shit.
Oh my
online.
goodness.
Sucks. Fuck this game. Drive rush, punch, cancel into drive impact because it's safe for him. Now, insane punish combo with little effort. Huh? Huh? I don't know what happened.
Huh?
I'm not doing anything. It hits me. What the
That's
fuck? This
why
game
you got
sucks.
hit, is because you're not doing anything.
Random super hit me.
Because you're not blocking. Blocking.
Fucking scrub.
I was blocking here.
Can't do anything.
Yeah, because once he gets in the corner, he has nothing to, no way to do anything.
You fucking suck. You hit it with literally nothing legitimate the entire round.
Oh my god.
Online pattern shit the game won't let me get out of because it's fucking laggy bullshit.
Wait, is this gonna be a perfect? Oh, okay, that's not.
What? He was drive rushing. My hit him and it canceled into the drive rush. The drive impact. Do you see what I'm saying about this game? Why is
do
it
you
that certain
see what
characters,
he's
everything
saying?
they do cancels into drive impact, but the lower tiers can't cancel into drive impact at all? What can I cancel into drive impact? Seriously, low medium punch, but standing nothing actually. I'm trying to think standing short. No, I don't even think standing short would work. Maybe. But it's like every move he does literally is a drive rush or a drive impact cancel. Well, every move I have, I'm stuck in committing to the move. He doesn't have to commit to anything. He just fucking does everything safe like a bitch. Fucking stupid game.
Ooh, like a bitch. The salt is strong with this one. Perfect. Wow, Phil. So you didn't have a problem with that one, huh? Having a little bit of issues this time, though, didn't you?
I did level 2 and dropped it. I was in a block animation and the game gave him a back kick. How am I supposed to do block that? I was blocking down back and it blocked his kick and then it hit me from behind and it makes no fucking sense. And then he quit out like a bitch. He doesn't want the third match because he knows I'm better than him and he doesn't want to lose. He never should have won that. I was blocking. I'm already in a block
Hey, fan, how you doing?
So if anything that hits me, it should continue to block. You don't have to release or anything. So what was that?
Listening to it with
I
him
really have no
making
clue.
all these
that
excuses.
never ever should happen in Street Fighter. If someone hits you with a block, okay, and another hit is coming from anywhere, a projectile, a cross up, you should be able to continuously block. You don't have to change your block. You don't have to release nothing. It should have blocked that second hit.
Oh,
from
he wants
behind.
easy mode
It
for
actually makes
blocking.
absolutely
Okay.
no sense that I got hit. Zero. All I can say is, probably online, that's bullshit that works, and offline it would block. That's all I can say. The game thinks I released or something. I never released block. They should have continued to block. Excuse me. Yes! Outplayed the Master Zangief 2 in a row. Well, not 2 in a row, 2-1. Look at the points. I'm halfway to Master. I got 255 points twice off of that guy. 255 points twice, showing that I am the superior Zangief. Wow,
Are
dude.
you okay, Phil?
The Blim says, makes you wonder how he got to Master before the meta was set. Doesn't look like the guy would have seen a chance trying to climb back to Master. What it probably is he probably never fights any Zangief. right? He's in Master.
Oh
There's
my
probably still
God.
few Zangiefs in Master, so he doesn't know the matchup, I bet. But then again, he was 13.
When he gets that, when he actually does get to Master
right?
in with Zangief, he's gonna make it to be like such a huge fucking
What is
ideal.
going on here?
Such
Two
a
in a
big
row.
deal. Like, oh my God, no one's ever got Zangief to Master except for me. 3.
Whoa! No! Oh my God, dude! I'm holding back. I am fucking holding back on the joystick. Not down back, just back. This game sucks online. He did not hit me.
And that's my online experience with this game. It fucking sucks.
What the hell? Yeah, this game sucks online. I'm not rematching this guy. I can't block it. I literally can't block it. I give up. I'm not rematching this guy. The connection is terrible. I give up. I'm not playing him again. He sucks. This guy fucking sucks. His connection is atrocious.
I'm sorry to hear that,
I
Eevee
can't
fan. That
block
must
the kick.
suck.
From full screen, I just block back, and it hits me. So fuck that fucking guy and his fucking
Hopefully you have
shit-ass
like an allergy
gameplay.
pill you can
He
take
go
or
fuck
something that will
himself.
help you
That is
ease
nonsense.
that.
He didn't earn that in any way, shape, or form. There was 0 legit hits. Everything, nothing comes out when I press it. It's super delayed. All right, last match or last set of the night.
But it wasn't.
This will be it, and after this, I gotta adjourn so that way I don't blow it. Watch it be a fucking Cammy. How much you want to bet it's Cammy?
Here comes a
Ryu. Okay. Wow, his jab beats mine. I tried to parry. All his normals are beating mine. He hasn't earned the hits, he's just throwing out random hits and they're stuffing all my moves.
I guess the whole he hasn't earned the thing. He hasn't earned this. He hasn't earned that.
Mash jab beats every
Hey, Newt, how you doing? I don't know much about
You walked into it.
allergies with mucus or whatever, so I'm not sure if allergy pills would actually help or not.
That was level 3.
I mean, I just got like I got
You're
seasonal
fucking
allergies.
kidding me.
But it's
You
mostly
piece
like
of
pollen
shit
and
game.
ragweed and stuff
What
like
a
that.
piece of shit
So it's
game
just my
this is,
nose
dude.
running
What
a bit
piece of
and
fucking
sneezing.
shit.
That's kind of all I have, though.
Level 3 super, which would have hit.
I don't get
fucking
mucus, so I don't
level
know.
2. Fuck this game, dude.
Or maybe try
Fuck this
Mucinex
piece of shit
if
game.
that helps. That way you can expel it a little bit easier.
Fuck this piece of shit.
Or to
game.
loosen it up so you
I
can
had it won,
cough
you
it
would
up.
have 0 health and stuck in the corner. The game gives you the wrong fucking super. Piece of shit.
Piece of shit, man. What the fuck?
Can't get out of the corner.
Yeah, you can never get out of the corner. You'd think you'd be able to, Mr.
Lucky that you
Professional.
fucked up and did the wrong move. It's like, dude, it's giving me the wrong moves constantly, fucking blowing my matches. Fuck this game.
So why are you still playing it?
Can't block on reaction, doesn't work. Okay. I didn't do that. I did forward and medium kick. This is what I did. It gave me the throw. I'm not attacking. That was level 3 super. That was level 3 super. It did it again. Yo, why is it when I fight certain people, moves don't come out? I want to know. Why is it when I fight only certain people, no moves come out whatsoever? I had him again with a level 3 super and it doesn't give it to me. No 360. I literally can't do anything. It's trash. It's trash gameplay. The guy didn't outplay me.
Alright,
He
sorry.
only won because he dropped my moves constantly. Trash. I want one more, and this will be the last one of the night.
Uh-huh, yeah,
right
sure.
now.
Okay, this
Because
one will
that
be
was
the
not
last
even
one.
a
I need to
problem.
end on a
Constant
win
drop input.
to feed my
Twice,
ego.
I had him perfectly set up for level 3 super. Twice. And the fucking game gave me level 2 super instead. Fuck this game. Fuck this game. This fucking sucks.
Oops.
It's such a waste of time.
Hold on.
That was too fucking circle game, and the fucking twice I had him perfectly set.
Yeah, I want.
That was not a good way to go out. It was constant dropped inputs. Twice.
I like that. Hold on, let me get a screenshot. 1 second. I just want to get a screenshot of that. That's funny. I don't know if that's a VTuber or who that is, though. Oh, leave me alone with the driver update.
Perfectly set up for level 3 super. Twice. And the fucking game gave me level 2 super instead. Fuck this game.
Fuck this game. This game sucks. Yep, see.
That was 2 fucking circles plus punch, you piece of fucking dog shit netcode game that kissed my fucking ass. I know what I'm inputting. Fuck you.
Do you? Alright, that's enough of Street Fighter. Let's go to the next clip. Oh god, it's loud. And speed him up a little bit. I think maybe after this video here, I'm gonna end it because I'm getting hungry. We haven't really eaten dinner yet, and it's getting a little late, so unfortunately, I might have to quit the stream so we can get something to eat. Because you can't pause the stream, dude.
I've been trying. If you haven't noticed, I've been trying to
I don't want a spoon. You can keep your spoon. Because I'm not eating anything like that.
Microsoft is closing multiple game developers this morning.
Like, he honestly thinks that's some kind of fucking insult. I'm like, no, what kind of insult is that?
Yeah, here we go. Here's the
sounds
4
like you're
that are closing.
Wanting that. You know what I mean?
Arcane Austin. And Arcane Austin is responsible for the recent massive failure Redfall. The Elder Scrolls Online co-developer Roundhouse. So they were a company that was working exclusively on Elder Scrolls Online. They're getting laid off. Alpha Dog, who's made Mighty Doom. If you don't remember, that was the game that was like Doom with like the cutesy characters or whatever. And I think that was, I don't know if it ever hit consoles, but I think it was a mobile game. And now here's the big one, the one that everyone is like, what? Are you ready? Tango Gameworks.
Well, see, unlike certain people, I don't like to waste our money door dashing. Honestly, it's such a waste of money, though. It really is a huge waste of money. Because it's like twice as much as normal food is if you door dash it, you know? Twice as fucking much. It's like, oh, a normal, what, like if I went to Burger King, right? A normal Whopper is what, like, you know, $6 maybe? Like DoorDash, it's like $18 or something. It's insane. I don't want to waste the money doing that. Because we actually have bills that actually get paid. My electric bill, my heating bill.
The makers of the recent actual smash hit, Hi-Fi Rush.
And I don't monetize the channel, dude. So I actually have a job.
What?
Huh?
Huh? They just made a hit game. Remember? It was the game that everyone was talking about last year that no one even knew it existed. And then they dropped it on Game Pass. I think it was February 2023. And people played it and were like, whoa, this game is seriously good. So if this is an idea of what Tango Gameworks can do, this is amazing. The game actually won awards for sound design and all kinds of stuff.
I mean, like, I hate to agree with him, but he is kind of right about this part. But a broken clock is always right twice a day, though, right? So
and they're letting
it's not that hard to be right about this.
To be fair,
it's that stupid of a thing.
Gameworks also made The Evil Within 1 and 2, and Hi-Fi Rush was actually a departure for them from their usual formula of content that they would make. The Evil Within 1
McDonald's ketchup tastes like beer.
Of course, at that point, if you remember,
I don't know if I would say that.
Was still working for the company. It was his company to begin with, and it was supposed to be his own edition of a Resident Evil game. It did very well, and then it led them to make a sequel.
Unfortunately,
however,
it's like 10:30 right now, and I think the only fast food places that are open is either Burger King or McDonald's, unfortunately.
So, Evil Within
I don't think any other place is open. And like all the pizza places around here close at 10. Why would a pizza place close at fucking 10? That's way too early to close a pizza place.
Like the first game, but instead had
what about us night owls? We need to eat something.
Side quests and content, and overall, the plot was better and had a definitive and fun ending.
We get hungry too.
What happened with it? I'll tell you what happened with it. They completely mismarketed it. Unlike Evil Within 1, where you saw ads everywhere in the store.
Why are we talking about Evil Within?
There was almost no marketing whatsoever for Evil Within 2. No one even knew it was coming out besides those following game release schedules.
I didn't
And
like
so when it
Evil
came out,
Within.
everyone was like, huh? I didn't even
But
know that was out.
Ghostwire,
And
Ghost,
then I played it, and I
yeah,
was blown away how good it was. And
Ghostwire
sadly,
Tokyo, I did like
no
though.
one knew
Ghostwire
about it.
Tokyo is
Like,
actually a
people will learn
really
about the
fun
game by coming
fucking
to
game.
my streams. And I was like, what? That's stupid. You know, I don't know what happened, why they marketed the hell out of the first Evil Within. It did really well.
Oh, I
Then they
appreciate that,
decided
Eevee
to just
fan.
not market the second one, and they just thought it was
To
gonna
be
do
honest,
good.
I've been kind of like depressed about like doing detractor content lately. I don't know.
It's not how gaming works. You know, that's not how business works or the industry. It doesn't make a lot of sense at all. Then remember, the next game that they made was Ghostwire Tokyo. And
Now
if
that
you
is a good
remember,
game.
Ghostwire
I
Tokyo
really
Tokyo
did like
actually
Ghostwire
was supposed to
Tokyo
be
though.
Evil
It's a
Within
fun
3,
game.
but then got changed into a totally different project about halfway through, redesigned to be a first-person ghost hunting game. And personally, I think visually it's nice and the story is interesting.
fun
It just
game.
gets far too repetitive once you get about halfway into
Yeah,
the game.
I
and
still
then you just
enjoyed
because
it.
There's nothing else the game offers in the new gameplay department.
It's okay. It's just I don't
Anytime,
know.
all right, that you hear
Like
a
I
studio
enjoy
closing
making the
set, all right?
content. It's
But this is
not
what,
that.
the
It's just
6th or 7th time in the last 4 months that we have heard of this happening in the games industry. And is it just me, or are we seeing a pattern?
kind of
now
feeling
since
left
Microsoft
out a
has
little
bought
bit, I
Activision
guess, of the
Blizzard, they just
community
keep doing
itself.
layoffs
Seems
after layoffs after layoffs after
it's probably just
layoffs.
my
Okay?
imagination.
So by the way, a lot of people have a lot to say about this. First of all, FYI, Redfall is completely done. After the game only about being out for
Well,
about
no one
1
really
year,
cares about Redfall though.
all production has been halted. Redfall's previous update is its last. They're ending all development on the game. Its servers will remain online for players to enjoy. However, there was a planned DLC that people already paid for in kind of a seasonal package, and Microsoft is claiming they're going to do a make good offer to make up for the fact that the DLC will never exist. What that will be, I have no idea. But dude, at this point, I just got to say to people out there, let this be a cautionary tale. Do not buy these season passes, because at any moment now,
I got a better cautionary tale. Why don't you just stop supporting Microsoft then? Like, if Microsoft is going to continue to cut these really good game studios and shit, then why don't you guys just like stop supporting Microsoft?
game company,
Because it's bullshit that they did this. It really is.
Slash
It sucks.
budgets, fire and lay off people.
It's like
And the next thing
Microsoft
you know,
wanted
you
to
got latched into
monopolize
seasonal
all these
content that
game
didn't even
devs.
exist,
So they
right?
gather these
Like,
game
that's
devs up
ridiculous.
and
They
make
didn't
these
even
false
let them
promises.
finish the DLC
And
as
then they
promised
just
by the original sales of the game.
fire everyone from that game dev and shut the studio down. So
That's really sad.
instead of having like a natural competitor, because like that's what makes capitalism great, is having healthy competition, right? So instead of having that and people being able to enjoy these new games coming out, instead Microsoft is acting like Walmart, buying up any possible competition, gathering these game companies up and then shutting them down so no one can enjoy any of the possible new games that were going to be coming out from these game companies, because they'll shut them down before they even get a chance to be released. Doesn't matter. Oh, you were looking forward to fucking Prey 2? Fuck off. You're never getting that. We got that fucking under wraps. Gone. And like that's how you ruin your company. Like, are they not like Microsoft saw Sony getting all their shit for the whole fucking Helldivers 2 thing, and they're like, oh, hold my beer, motherfucker. We can't have Sony being the assholes. We gotta one up their assholeness by doing all this bullshit. You know what I mean? Sega might have done it. I don't really remember back then when Sega did that. But it's like, it's so stupid.
So, people all over the internet are speaking up about this. First of all, the guy who's the overall head of Arcane, not the guy that's head of Arcane Austin, but I forget his name. I forgot because I had it and I cut it off. Oh, here it is. Dinga Bakaba. He's the actual head of Arcane Studios, all right? Went on social media and actually posted up things that people never expected that the head of a studio would post. Here's what he posted word for word. This is absolutely terrible. Permission to be human. To any executive who may be reading this, a friendly reminder that video games are an entertainment and cultural industry, and your business as a corporation is to take care of your artists and entertainers and help them create value for you. Don't throw us into gold fever gambits. Don't use us as straw men for miscalculations and blind spots. Don't make our work environments Darwinist jungles. You say we make you proud when we make a good game. Well, make us proud when these times are tough. We know you can because we've seen it before. That is scathing. He is outright saying
He's
That
right.
management
I mean, he is
essentially
right.
don't know what the fuck they're doing at Microsoft.
And that's my main that's my main theory going on here, is that Microsoft is closing these game studios down, firing a lot of people so that they can start using AI to help write the scripts instead of actual humans. They can have AI write the game scripts. They can have AI make the games and use AI a lot more in video games as a cheaper alternative than to paying all these actual creative artists and everything like that to actually make the games, because they think they can save money. But what they don't know is that AI is not going to work for that. Using AI is going to make your game feel soulless, not fun to play, and no one's going to want to support that. No one's going to want to buy a game that's purely made out of fucking AI. It's bullshit. COVID did do a number like that. Oh yeah, that's true. Because I remember Walmart used to be open 24/7. Yes, I have heard of the Great Reset. I don't really believe in it. I don't really believe it, but I have heard of it.
They have absolutely no idea.
And the whole One World Order thing and
Just
all
listen to what
that.
he said, right? Don't throw us into gold fever gambits, right? Hey, this game's gonna be a gold rush, everyone. Rush, 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 push, 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 get this game out, right? Don't use us as strawmen for miscalculation and blind spots, right? If you're the management of a major gaming company and you put your eggs in a basket and it doesn't sell, whose fault is that? You're the one who told those fucking people to make that game, right? I hearken this back, all right, to EA and the Mass Effect developer BioWare making Anthem. Literally, BioWare told EA, we don't want to make this game. We are not good at cooperative online experiences. We're good at single-player narrative-based games.
Are there reptilians in the government?
To which EA said, no, make this game because it's hot now. They ended up putting out Anthem, and it's the biggest flop they've ever made. And now they haven't put out a game in so many years. It's ridiculous, right? So what essentially,
as a furry, I welcome my scaly brothers to be in government.
Ads and certain genres. Oh, this will print money for us. This will print money for us. This will print money for us. And then when it doesn't, they blame the developers.
Can they turn me into a lizard person too? I wouldn't mind being a lizard person. I think that'd be kind of cool.
You're the ones in charge. You're the one steering.
Do I get to like
this would be the
breathe underwater like Argonian?
With his hands on the
I know Alex Jones.
Driving it into a cliff.
They're turning the freaking frogs gay.
Why did you do that? Captain, you're the one. You have the fucking helm. What the fuck are you talking about, you idiot?
My name is Zep Brannigan.
Don't make our work environments Darwinist jungles. So essentially, survival of the fittest. You know what that means. We all know what's going on.
You know what that means. Yeah, what does that mean, Phil? Tell us.
How it works. They are forced to be overworked. They are forced to work insane amounts of hours. They are forced to crunch, crunch, crunch. And essentially what he's saying is those who are able to do it seem to be getting rewarded, applauded, promoted. And those who are just normal fucking people and want to have a normal job are being basically told, well, survival of the fittest, too bad, right? Right? It's pretty fucked up. So, and again, this is a big scathing statement. You say that we make you proud when we make a good game. We'll make us proud when times are tough. We know you can't because we've seen it before. So what he's saying is, why is it that when we make something good, you say good job, but then you don't actually try to figure out the root cause of what happened?
I'm not saying all conspiracy theories are wrong or
right?
Fake.
It's kind of fucked up. I agree. Again, do you
like
really
the whole there was a conspiracy theory that our government was spying on us. Turns out that was true.
Because there's just too many good ones out there. I mean, we made
conspiracy theory that CIA killed Kennedy. Turns out to be true.
Prey, those are good games. We made Deathloop. That's kind of a debatable.
By the way, I'm not depressed. I never have been depressed. If I suddenly disappear,
we're going to put all this time and effort into making a really horrible game, right? I'm sure that's what they did. I mean, that's what all these game developers do, right? They just decide actively to make trash. Of course, right? In fact, what's funny about that is, if you remember when Redfall came out,
and Prey was really good. So shut the fuck up, Phil. Dishonored was Dishonored 1, 2, and was it? There's a third one. I don't remember. However many Dishonored games there were, but Dishonored games were really good. Prey is really good. Ghostwire Tokyo is really good.
Microsoft owns Bethesda. Bethesda owns Arcane. So how did this game come out like this? Everyone, you can play for 5 minutes, the game's not done. It's not polished. It's not finished. It's full of bugs. What happened here? And Phil Spencer's response was, maybe we should have had a little bit more of a hands-on approach with that one.
Phil, you make me angry, Phil.
So let me get this straight. You bought a company You dictated they put out a certain amount of games, a certain style, and then you literally never checked on any of the projects. You just
Like, this is alarming, kind of, but at the same time, like, I'm over here playing an old PS2 RPG,
right?
while everyone else is panicking about the future games. And I'm like, I still got a lot of
if you're interviewing Phil
good
Spencer,
old
the
school
CEO
RPGs that I
of
haven't played
Xbox
yet.
Gaming,
That I've got to
the
catch up on.
CEO,
So
the guy in charge, says, "Oh, maybe we should have actually checked in on that one a little bit more." Is this guy a fucking idiot? Does he not understand?
No, you
literally
are.
his job. He's in charge. So when Redfall comes out and is a piece of steaming dog shit, it's not finished, it's broken, and everyone in the community is panicking because it's so bad. Should it be Arcane that looks bad? No, it should be Phil fucking Spencer that looks bad.
should be Phil that looks bad. I agree. Phil does look
He's
bad.
the one in charge. He's the one who's steering the ship. Why did he not know that the game was unfinished? What the fuck does he do all day? Really? What do you do? If you're the CEO of Xbox Gaming, you're not checking on the fucking games your company makes, then what do you do? I want to know.
Yeah,
Anyway.
and then I don't know if you've heard of the Bohemian Grove.
Good lord.
Either?
So that's what Dingo Bakaba said. He's the head of Arcane. He's very, very upset with this decision to basically lay off Arcane Austin. Okay? By the way, in a little bit of an extra aside here, Arcane Austin, before making Redfall and failing miserably, had actually worked on the first Dishonored and actually developed the 2017 version of Prey by itself. So Arcane,
Which is a great game.
Prey was a good game. I'm just going to tell you guys, if you didn't play it, 2017's Prey is a very good game.
Well,
It's got
both
a really
versions of Prey is a
story,
really
it's
good
got
game.
fun
Even the
gameplay elements,
360
it's got a
Prey
lot
is a
of
good
horror elements
game.
that are done really, really well. Tons of content, spooky monsters, and a lot of different
Or
variations in the story
spooky,
depending on your
creepy
choices and what
monsters,
secrets and
bro.
things that you discover. It's a really great game. I'm pretty sad that this is now the end of the studio, honestly. Now here we go.
Yeah, I have seen
I
that.
gotta say this, all right?
And
Ladies
people
and
like,
gentlemen,
oh, well, you didn't
I
mean
wish
it
I
like
could
that.
make
I'm
this
like,
up,
eh.
Xbox head of studios Matt Booty.
I think he
wrote
knew what he
an
was
internal
talking
email
about.
to the staff saying the following: "We are making these tough decisions."
And
to create
then, I'm
capacity
sorry, I'm going off on
increase
like
the
conspiracy
investment in
theories
other
instead of
parts of our
paying attention to
portfolio and
him.
focus on our
But
priority games.
have you heard of the Georgia Guidestones
fucking
and some
games?
vandal basically
Right
blew
now,
them up
realistically,
like with some TNT
can
or
you
something.
say
He just
anyone
fucking
out there who
blew
follows the
the
gaming
Georgia
industry,
Guidestones up,
what are the big games that Microsoft is making right now? Can you name a single
which have
fucking
been
game?
tied to the
It ain't Halo.
New World
That
Order
failed.
and all that.
Is it Gears of War? We haven't heard from that in years, and the last one was good, but it's certainly not what it used to be in the original trilogy, right? What are the big games? It ain't Starfield.
There isn't any, because you backed the wrong boat, Phil. PS5 is winning in terms of exclusivities, exclusive games. Xbox has no good exclusives. The only good exclusive Xbox had was Hi-Fi Rush, and guess what? They just shut that. They just shut that fucking company down for no reason, despite the game being profitable, despite the game being popular, despite the game selling well. It's almost like it doesn't matter how much money you make or how well received your game is. That game won awards and everything. Doesn't matter. You can get shut down like that, no matter what.
Starfield is a huge failure and flop. And
Even
no
if
one
you're
fucking likes it,
successful, it doesn't
right?
matter.
Like,
Gone.
What are you talking about?
Gotta
What
cut
fucking
corners. We gotta cut
Elvis-
corners to give our CEOs more money so they can buy their third or fourth fucking yacht. It's almost like capitalism does not breed. What's the other right word that I'm looking for? Creativity? Not creativity. Successful products.
Scrolls, which we have no idea when it's coming out, and you have no idea of any time frame we have no information about. What the fuck is he talking about?
What are you
We're laying
talking
off people
about?
focusing on big
Oh.
games. You don't have any big games. You are the head of Xbox Studios, and you have no fucking games. You are an idiot.
Why are you so upset, Phil? Are you upset because you are backing the wrong proverbial pony here?
At what you do, and you should be fucking
I have a lot of good games on my PS5, Phil.
fired for writing that email. Really? In fact, I'm going to say this, and you can quote me on this, and you can go ahead and clip this clip.
Go,
all right?
you can
When
go
these
ahead
things
and
are now
take that
happening,
to the
it's
bank.
one thing if there's one round of layoffs. This is what? The third? Okay, since Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard, it's at this point becoming very clear that Microsoft was not ready to buy Activision Blizzard. Because if you're buying a giant company, you don't then lay off the equivalent number of employees from your existing company to make room for them.
Yeah, that's another fucking thing, Red. Because person named Red. Fucking, that pisses me off so much, too. It's fucking, Microsoft bought Toys for Bob, and then basically, they basically killed any possibility for a new Spyro or a new Crash Bandicoot game. Those games are fucking, those IPs are fucking dead now because Microsoft bought them. Because they bought Toys for Bob, and now there's never gonna be another new Spyro game. I would have loved a Spyro 4. You know what I fucking mean? At least you guys got Crash Bandicoot 4, but I would have loved a Spyro 4. Nope, nothing.
This is
fucking god dead.
Bad management. All right? If you're going to make an incredible acquisition like that, you have to be ready for it. If you did that acquisition and you weren't ready for it, and now all
You should be laying off the CEOs, not the fucking game devs.
All right? The people who really should be losing their jobs are the people in management. Phil Spencer, Matt Booty, and all the other executives who championed the Activision Blizzard acquisition and now have absolutely no way to make profits with the company besides laying people off. They should be the next on the chopping block.
Well, I mean, there were a lot of other Spyro games besides the original 3, obviously, but they weren't nearly as good. That's what I'm saying. Because, like, after the original trilogy, then you had, like, 1 or 2 that was on the GameCube, and then you had, like, the weird PS2 trilogy that was just really weird in general. And I think that was kind of it.
Immediately, they should lose their jobs. And they should have people who actually know what the fuck they're doing move in to right the ship. Because right now, you got Captain Phil Spencer and first in command, Matt Booty, and they literally have one hand on each side of the fucking wheel, driving the ship into the cliffside. And fucking splinters of wood are shooting everywhere, and the boat's capsized.
Oh, great analogy there.
And everyone's like, oh, well, just keep them in charge. That's fine. In fact, give them another boat. Buy another boat to put them on, right? Well, are you fucking crazy? They don't know what they're doing. It's obvious at this point. The problem is...
Well, Eevee fan, that's what Ratchet and Clank did, basically.
But sadly...
Just like, oh, right? Let's just add a female Ratchet. Female Lombax. Why not?
Tie, but he's wearing a cool jacket.
Still, the game was good, though.
Gamer bro, right? So you get the mentality he's your friend, he's your buddy who you game with, and you like the guy. It doesn't matter, though. He's a horrible leader. So is Matt Booty writing this insane fucking email that literally has no factual basis. You have no big games to put your time and efforts into, you fucking moron.
Yeah, where is
these people should
the Beyond Good and Evil 2 that we were promised like 10 years ago? Where's that fucking game? Huh? Another game, another franchise Xbox killed.
Jump up. And we need
That's why I don't like Xbox.
Because right
That's
now,
why my Xbox is collecting dust over here.
CEO of EA with his stupid douchey
bullshit
hipster Seattle haircut. And
oh my god!
Spencer's and Matt Booties, these guys
says the guy who lives in Seattle.
Don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're the reason the industry is failing. When Phil Spencer is interviewed, and they say, "So why are you doing these rounds of layoffs?" He says, "Because the game industry is currently in a decline." Phil, you are the game industry. You're in charge of fucking Xbox. You're the reason for the decline. So don't punish your employees. Fucking quit. Punish yourself, you fucking mouth drooler. You're awful at what you do. You're ruining gaming because you're inept. Quit. Let someone else step up.
You lose. Good day, sir.
Corporal Booty. It's got to be somebody else. It's obvious at this point you have no fucking clue what you're doing.
Stellar Blade was phenomenal. Came right out of left field. Sony's killing it with Sony's killing it. Helldivers 2, all great.
Stop ruining things for everyone under you.
Xbox has nothing going on.
Who deserves a living. And you're taking that away from them because you're making big moves, buying companies, but you're not making any fucking games. You're a games company that doesn't make games. I'm a little upset about this topic. I don't know if you guys can tell. Well, one thing's for sure. After today, I don't think anyone's going to call me an Xbot or Xbox.
Yeah, right? Like, why would... Like, I mean, he is right. I will say this. He is right, technically. But he's, like, right on accident. Because he's not informed enough to really understand what's going on. He just happens to be right in this one instance. So I will give him that he's right in this one instance. But yeah, like, generally speaking, it's not a good idea to take business advice from the guy who went fucking bankrupt and spent 6 figures on fucking JPG sweaty men JPEGs of fucking WWE champion. So
Yeah. Honestly. And I just don't even know what's gonna happen anymore. You know what I'm saying?
I know,
I don't
right?
know.
That should be
How
the
can you
news, not
exist?
this.
They're literally doing nothing right at
But
all.
like I said, a broken clock is right twice a day.
I don't think that.
And he's right for the wrong reasons. Like I said, he is upset because he backed Xbox, and now Xbox is fucking. What's the analogy? What's the phrase? Xbox is failing really bad. That's not the phrase. There was a phrase where it's like, I don't know. But Xbox basically fucked up really bad. They have been fucking up for a while. They have no exclusive games or whatever. And Phil backed them because he thought going on Xbox would be better, as his main console would be a better option. And it's not. I mean, it doesn't really matter because most big name games can be played on Xbox or PlayStation 5. And he has both anyway. But he's just upset because he picked Xbox as his standout, like his console for this game gen. And then turns out Xbox keeps fucking up over and over again. And is constant, like what's going on here? They got rid of all these fucking game devs and shit. So he's pissed off.
Done a single correct action in the last year. And it's continuing, Game Pass.
You're really late, Squiggle Pop, because after this clip, I'm gonna be leaving, unfortunately.
If that's the case, just fess up and fucking cancel Game Pass. And be like, sorry, we fucked up. We're sorry that you all like Game Pass. It's a great value for gamers, but we fucked up. We can't.
But you did technically make it, yes.
Afloat anymore. We fucked it up bad, right? If that's the case, that's fine. Admit it, right? But I don't know, man. This drives me insane. I don't know why we have these people in power anymore. I think what it is, if you take a look, we had Don Matrick before Phil Spencer, and Don Matrick was not the gamer bro.
Yes, we should have you in control of this company instead, right?
Xbox One.
That'll fix things.
Connection. We have a console for you, the Xbox 360. Oh, you want to own your games? Too bad. Everything's digital. Everything's tied in, and here's the future. And
he's bitching about the whole Xbox news lately.
Xbox One wasn't incorrect. He was just a complete douchebag, scumbag asshole.
I don't know what RL Craft is, though.
And that's why Xbox
sounds like it was fun, though.
It's his fault, because he's just a piece of shit, which is why he was promptly ousted out of the company, and then he went and ruined Zynga, and now he basically, I guess, probably runs a gas station somewhere or something. Who knows, right? But in the case of Phil Spencer, this guy is kind of the antithesis of that. When you look at Phil Spencer, you don't think rich guy. You don't think douchebag, silver spoon in the mouth. But at the same time,
when I look at you, I think that.
Doing any better, honestly? No. What has he really done?
Oh, cool.
Tell me the positive stuff that Phil Spencer, Matt Booty, and these people are doing in charge of Xbox that's, really keeping the company afloat. It's just failure after failure. How do you have an incredibly popular game in Halo Infinite and then botch it within 4 months and no one plays it anymore, right? It's like every time they have an opportunity for success, they blow it. I just don't get it, right? So, I don't know, man. This is very upsetting to me. Listen, I like Xbox. I like the gaming industry. It's my job as well as my hobby. And to hear the people who are talented losing their jobs because management doesn't know how to run the company, it makes me very upset.
I mean, it does suck. 100% it sucks, but...
Especially Tango Gameworks, They just made Hi-Fi Rush, which was a great game, and they were on the right track to righting their ship and making better games,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, he is technically right, but like I said, he's right for the wrong reasons.
There you go. Well, yes, of course. Bader says, well, Hi-Fi Rush was not financially successful by Microsoft standards. Yes, because they didn't advertise it. Remember what they did? They didn't even announce it. They just shadow dropped the game. And that game developers actually voiced their discontent with that model after the game launched. They said, we're happy that people are liking it now, but this game was ready last year, and we don't know why Xbox didn't announce it. They had a perfect opportunity during that Xbox event last year in 2022 to get hype for it and get people excited for it. And they literally just kept the fucking game a complete secret and shadow dropped it in early 2023 to no hoopla, no fanfare, just, it's on Game Pass now, check it out. So why did you think it would sell?
I'm just, obviously,
Evil Within 2, we hope it's a
I'm really upset because... I was always hoping that we get a sequel to Ghostwire Tokyo. Ghostwire Tokyo and Prey. I would have loved to have a sequel to both of those. And now we can't because Xbox fucking sucks. And Microsoft has been buying up all these game companies. just to fucking fire them and not do anything with the IPs. Just sit on IPs. Would have loved to have a new Spyro game too. Never gonna happen. Because they I was saying this from the very beginning. Letting Microsoft run a monopoly on the game industry is not a good fucking idea. But because they had the money, they fucking just bought up all these game devs and won't let them make any games.
Management decisions. These are not game developer decisions.
Yeah, Arcane got shut down.
Phil Spencer and Matt Booty decisions.
Tango Gameworks got shut down.
That's the point I'm trying to make here.
Or one of the Arcane studios got shut down. Maybe not all of it. I don't know. It's like Arcane Houston?
Truly are making the awful decisions.
It's Arcane Houston. I don't know if that's all of Arcane or not.
Okay. At this point, and you know, by the way, not just them. You got to look at the heads of the other companies too. Because
Redfall sucked. Yeah, Redfall sucked, but all the other games are great.
And it is totally not. I mean, it's not a huge failure.
Apparently, they aren't allowed to have a mistake or anything.
It is not culturally relevant. It is not even in the major discussions of people when it comes to big RPGs. It's just a flop, you know? And these people are held accountable for their fucking actions, and they're not.
And I don't know how many Arcane studios they have. So, like, I apologize if I scared you. I don't know. I know Arcane Austin got shut down, but I don't know how many they have. Or if that was the only studio or whatever. I don't know. Or
people
who was responsible for what game or anything.
Of people losing jobs because of a few small people who don't know what the fuck they're doing. Why are they still in charge? If you are a shareholder of Xbox, Microsoft, what are you doing?
It is a big loss.
Are you stupid? Do you not understand that these people are dumb and don't know what they're doing? Get them the fuck out.
And they finally had a hit exclusive game that was super successful and very popular, and then they shut that fucking game studio down. It's fucking crazy.
Get these motherfuckers out of there. They don't know how to do anything. If I had stock in fucking Xbox, I sure as hell would be trying to get these fuck faces out of there. Jeez. All right, that's enough of me ranting about it today, guys. I knew this was gonna go long because I can't even. I'm so upset I can't even click the right screen. Look at this. Where am I? Hold on. Here I am. I'm so upset I can't even click the right transition. I hate this shit. I hate this industry when this happens. It makes me so upset. These people do not deserve to be jobless. They don't. These people are hard workers. They're trying to make good stuff. It's the management.
Since when have you cared about hard workers, Phil? You shit on DoorDash people all the fucking time.
This would be like saying McDonald's had a big gambit. They launched a brand new burger. Okay? But the burger was very expensive, the cost, but they were hoping really it was going to be amazing. Well, guess what? No one likes the burger. So they lost millions of dollars on it. So what did they do? They just fired 4,000 employees. Did the employees have the idea to make the burger? Did the employees fuck up the making of the burger?
I'm pretty sure he has. Like, he's made all these, like... Because he's gone on rants about how the DoorDash wasn't delivered properly, or, oh, they fucking went to the wrong house, or some other bullshit, or whatever. And you know why? It's because he probably doesn't tip them at all, and they see that he doesn't tip them, so they're not going to try that hard with him. Or certain DoorDash people aren't going to deliver to him, or whatever. And then he, like, insults them and all this stuff. Like, or same with Amazon Prime drivers. He literally thought one of the Amazon Prime delivery drivers stole his new neck phones. You know those neck phones he was wearing? Like, I remember him when he was like that day, he was expecting those neck phones to be delivered, and they weren't delivered yet, or it was running late, and he thought that the driver had fucking stole his neck phones or some bullshit like that. It's fucking crazy. Yeah, exactly. Like, you of all fucking people shouldn't be bitching and complaining about people who are actually contributing to society and actually working a real fucking job.
No one liked the burger, the concept that it didn't work for McDonald's. Why would you fire people who work at the line level? What did they do wrong? How does that even solve the fucking problem? Oh, because we need to have the shareholders get their money. So fire the management who don't deserve it and take their $10 million salaries and give it to the shareholders. Right? Like, what is going on? How does corporate America not understand that these corporate structures are broken and don't work? And it's not just America, it's all these corporations.
So what are you going to do to fix it, Phil? It's capitalism. It doesn't work.
And then you're afraid to fire him, right?
Neither does socialism. So, like, neither one works.
How do you think this is an operational
And the people in power are going to stay in power, obviously, so...
And then, when Xbox folds, they'll blame the industry instead of the people in charge, right? Phil Spencer will say, "Oh,
no, it's fucking not.
You're the slump.
And you're right.
You're the one who made the slump." Okay. Well, I've ranted and raved enough.
So if you really want to support actual game devs, buy, purchase, and play indie games, basically. This is the best you can really do. Because like that actually like support your indie game devs. There's a ton of them on Steam and early access, and there's a lot of really good ones. But unfortunately, I do have to go. I have to fucking get something to eat before I pass out. It has been really good. The indie game market has been so fucking good lately. It's crazy. So, and there's a ton of good games. I like every day I'm finding new unique looking RPGs that are made by indie game devs on Steam, and I'm like, oh, just another thing I gotta eventually get and add to the list. But there's so many good fucking games out there. So don't just rely on AAA games. You're missing out on a lot of good indie games. Yeah, exactly, right? Go to my little fox den and go to bed after I eat something. Fuck. All right, everyone. Thank you for stopping by. You're all wonderful people. And I'll see you again maybe in a week. We'll see. Have a good one, everyone.